I love sending Kym pictures because she gets irritated. Whatever irritates Kym, I like to do.
Funny mamas.
So
Now that was I would
like I had
to when your son.
Two funny mamas. What's with the grit?
Hi. You're not gonna say nothing. We just
sorry.
Oh, hi. How you doing? Welcome to Two Funny Mamas. I'm Kym Whitley.
And I am Sherri Shepherd. I'm at Kym's house.
You're not supposed to say nothing. We got the line in the middle.
I know, but Kym is the same cabinet. That's weird.
It is the same.
It's the
They
same
don't know you.
cabinet.
They know you like me. You could have bought the same cabinet.
But they know my background is floral. So that,
First of all,
I would never have this behind me.
First of all, what do you mean?
I'm just saying it's a lot of stuff going on.
I know.
And this is your chair. Everybody knows this is your chair. Kym made me switch because I was too short in the other one. I'm 5'1", and this is weird, but it's nice.
Thank you for fixing that.
I like being this close to you.
The point on my head. But when COVID's over, I guess we're going to be going to Kevin Hart's studio, or maybe.
We'll be going.
I like doing it like this. I don't know why we ever have to go to the studio, because then we got to get rid of Chris. Oops, did he hear me? Sorry, Chris.
I think he heard you.
You actually don't have to, so it still works out. Is that the plan? Is that the plan?
He's like, is that the plan?
Now, I know we've been.
I included Chris in the discussion.
There's been there's been a bunch of dodged meetings, so now I see why. Okay, all right.
But we're going to be in quarantine for a while, so this is what it's going to be. And I do want to give a shout out. You see, I got off the subject of
I was going to say, Caroline Ray called me out last week for changing the subject. I think I should do the same to you. I just felt like a dog that you gave a shot to. That like he's got 3 or 4 more months, maybe.
If that, no.
Right.
No, I want to give a shout out to Caroline Ray. You guys, you fans gave her such rave reviews. I read them, and you picked the right co-host.
Oh,
I laughed so hard when I was watching the podcast. I couldn't stop laughing, but I got irritated so many times because you two are so ADHD, it's redunculous. You couldn't stay on one subject for 3 seconds.
Was it me or was it Caroline that couldn't stay on the one subject?
Caroline. I thought you were bad.
Yes.
Now I see why y'all best friends.
Yes.
I thought that you were bad, Kym, but when I got a load of Caroline, and I work with Caroline Ray a lot, and I knew she was always distractible, if that's a word.
Distractible?
But y'all together, I was sitting here, and people even made that comment, Sherri, you would be going crazy. I said, I know.
Oh, they said that?
I was literally sitting there. And I wanted to tell Chris multiple times, you don't know Caroline, Chris, you don't have to say nothing the whole podcast. They will run for an hour.
And he was trying to say something.
You don't have to guide anything. You didn't have to do. These two nutcases, nutcrackers, will just talk about cats and toenails and who they know and who knows the most celebrity, who black famous, who's white famous. They don't need any kind of guidance.
Sherri.
She kept trying to interrupt, and she didn't even hear Chris. I was laughing.
Kym and I talked beforehand. It was like, okay, yeah, just check back in with me. I'm here. I got your back. Like, let's roll through this. Let's have fun. We'll have a little structure. And there's nothing worse because I could have just not done it and then let you two just be wild the whole time. But there's nothing worse than doing the.
You sure don't. Let me tell you something about Caroline Ray. We do that game show, Byron Allen's game show. What's the name of that game show? Funny Time, or it's.
I'll
look it up.
It's called. It's your
Funny
show.
You Should Ask.
Funny You Should Ask.
Funny You Should Ask.
Jesus.
It's not my show. It's Byron Allen's show. You see, I got the name right. It's Byron Allen's show. And we do Funny You Should Ask, and they write our jokes as the punchlines. Caroline don't look at none of the jokes. Like I love doing this game show because I don't have to think about it. I just do the jokes that they write for me. Caroline does all of her own jokes, and she don't pay. Really? And Byron will say to Caroline, "Just do what we wrote for you because we specifically wrote the jokes for your personality." And Caroline will do her own jokes, and I'm like, "This girl, did you just hear what Byron Allen said?" And she'll just be, "This is Caroline Ray." That's Caroline. And so
wait, do they ever get on her for not like?
She will eventually do
to
them,
joke. Right?
But what I love about Caroline, right, is she is so exceptionally funny. Like Caroline is quick. Like you.
She's quick.
You're very quick on the money. You guys are amazing. No, I wouldn't say she's quicker than you. She's quick in a different way. But y'all both are quick, and you're both. I think distracted people are quick because you have to, because your mind is like the road running. You know that cartoon where he's hitting everything like a ping pong machine. And she's always been extremely funny. And I've always liked her. But watching her, if you ever could not be distracted enough and do another podcast, you and Caroline would be really good. Oh,
well, Caroline was very upset that me and you were doing a podcast.
Caroline is always upset when she can't do stuff with us. And I always say no. We had a meeting and it was a Black female comedian meeting. Oh, it was with Wanda Sykes. I set it up. It was with Wanda Sykes, Lonnie Love, Kim Coles from Living Single, Whitley, and me, because I was trying to get a tour together for us to go on. And Caroline heard about it. She begged Kym, could she come? Because she was sitting right there, and I said, tell her she can't come. And Kym was like, I know, but she already know we going. Can she just come for a minute? No, because she's not Black. This is a meeting for a tour of Black women. I know, but I already told her she want to come. She don't understand. And Caroline in the back hollering and screaming. I don't care. Every single time we got a Caroline want to come, and I go, no.
Yep. Caroline said, I want to be a part of it. But she got to be on our podcast. She was mad because she was like, I've been asking you for years to do a podcast with me. I said, this is the difference. This is the difference in Kym Whitley. I want to do it. I don't want to do the work that goes with it. And this is what I'm saying. I went on tour. I would not be the comic I am today if it wasn't for David Arnold.
Yes.
David Arnold put a tour together called He Said, She Said.
Amazing tour.
Amazing, which built my comedy chops to no end for 3 years.
Right.
But before that, I was with Buddy Lewis on stage for 12 years, just on stage. And Buddy was like, we're going to go on tour, we're going to go on tour. David got an agent, put the tour together. I went with him. Buddy was mad. Caroline said, let's do a podcast together. I said, I'm in, whenever. Sherri said, let's do a podcast together. Sherri said, the equipment's coming to your house. We start on Saturday. So therefore, I'm on a podcast called Too Far, and she named it. So I was like, all I got to do is show up.
That's what I said. All you got to do is show up. I
am show up. That's what I am. When I did this porno, they said, Oh, I was like, I don't do porno, but they said, Kym, the camera said,
all you got to do is open your legs. That's it.
Oh, God.
All you got to do is open my legs. That's it. All you got to do is open your legs.
I was like, all right, I'm there. So,
you know, when, oh gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. You did, and I said, all you got to do is show up. And I forgot what I was going to say. You made me
Caroline screwed up not finding her a Chris. Let's just admit it. Let's just put it out there.
And then to finish that story, when I said I was going to start the podcast, I didn't know how we were going to produce. I didn't know anything about podcasting. I stayed on the internet for a long time trying to figure out how do you do a podcast. And we were supposed to go, do it at Kevin Hart Studios. Jamie Foxx wanted to work with us.
Oh, yeah.
And probably didn't, because your job was to just call Jamie so we could have the meeting.
I didn't know that.
I kept saying, Kym, did you call Jamie? She don't want to pass Jamie's number. I don't know why I don't have Jamie's number. But her job was to call, so we might have been with Jamie. But we were supposed to do Kevin Hart's studio. And I was sitting there going, what are we going to do? Doing all of this research. We both love Jamie.
No. I love Jamie way more than you love Jamie.
No, that's not true.
I would nestle Jamie and rock him to sleep.
Okay, I'm not doing
and
that.
breastfeed him.
No, I'm not doing
that. No, he's my love.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you do love Jamie more than that, because I'm not getting into bed with Jamie.
Not that kind of like, being Jamie goes so
Because let me tell you how fertile Jamie is. My uterus doesn't even work, and Jamie would get me pregnant. Oh, that's how fertile he is. Okay, Jamie,
But I don't.
He wields a big stick. Let's just leave
He does wield a large stick.
We will go into it no further. We will not let you know how we know that Jamie wields a big stick, but he does.
But I think it's out on the internet.
Well, even if it's not.
So does Marlon Wayans.
I know Marlon Wayans.
He yields a staff, like Moses walked with the staff.
Yes, I know. Yeah, we know that. Too. Why do we know about all of the male comics and stuff?
Because they're nasty.
This is why and we got to finish the story so we can go back to Chris. But this is why Me Too. When we used to talk about Me Too, Kym, with the Black female comics.
Oh right.
We never talked about because we've seen everybody's thing.
Yes.
Like
if Me Too was back in the day with these comics,
they'd all be in jail.
all be in jail.
No, it's and we're not saying that they did anything bad.
No.
But it was
they're like little boys.
They're like little boys, and it was
nasty little boys.
Nasty little boys. And it's very common. I don't know. I can't speak for white female comics, but I'm talking black females. It was very common back in the day. We would be at the clubs, like at the townhouse or something, and a comic would go, "Come here, I need to give you a punch up that joke. I got a good punchline." And you go, "Oh, okay." And you walk, and then their penis would be out. It's like stupid stuff.
And you'd be like this. You'd be like, "You forgot to zip your pants up in the
Like,
bathroom."
"No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't."
And then we would say something like that. "Well, you need to."
Because we wouldn't be like cowering or anything.
No,
and we're not downplaying Me Too at all. But it was just this culture.
But yeah, and since it was so less females with the male comics,
right?
We had to be like, whatever. You better put that up. You
had to act like a dude. Mm-hmm. And the one thing they didn't want to hear was, why you, none of the males wanted to hear that. And you're around it literally was one female versus 12 guys. You'd have that one spot.
And it was kind of like not a contest, but it was kind of not even initiation. They were trying you to see where you stood in the comic game. And I'm not talking about funny, but can you hang? Because when you got to go on tour with these guys, you got to be like, shut the F up, sit down, pull your pants up. This is what we're about to do. I'm not that one.
Exactly. And if you didn't do that, then you ended up sleeping with them. That's why I tell all the girls when they go, "Miss Sherri, what do I, I'm starting stand up." I go, "Don't sleep with the comics.
Don't sleep with the comics unless you think they're going to make it like Kevin Hart.
Unless you think they're going to make it like Kevin Hart. And then even still, even if they do make it, if you got that whole, we know comics that just,
they don't make that mistake.
Yeah, they did it. They did it with Kevin. There was one comic.
I never did. I had a shot
with Kevin.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
kind of.
I think we had shot with every comic. I don't think there was one male comic that would have turned us down. Let's just say
no. There was not.
No.
If for me, I always wanted to get the respect from the males.
Yes.
I wanted to be funny. I wanted them to respect me like that.
We needed the respect because the worst thing is this: you sleep with a comic. They blow up or they don't blow up, but they get a movie. Now they want you to play his wife. Let me tell you something. When your name comes across his desk, he's gonna say, because you have history with him.
Absolutely.
And he'll probably be like, "No, can we go with such and such?"
Absolutely.
They don't want that. They don't want to be on the set because they're going to be trying to mess with somebody else. They don't want you to be all in your feelings. Yeah. They don't want none of that. So the best thing...
They don't want you coming back going, remember when we... they don't want to hear none of that. Yeah. It also, though, in sleeping with the comic, I always tell girls, it takes you 10 years to get your reputation back. Because I feel like...
So you still struggling?
No, I ain't struggling at all. Not at all.
Counting, let me say... No. Doing the math.
How long it's been, girl? No, I say this to say a comic could get on the radio and go, "I saw with Sherri Shepherd." People gonna be like, "Christian Sherri Shepherd?"
Right.
Good girl. They won't believe them.
Right.
Because it's been over 10 years.
Damn.
But if you could do one or two comics, but if you started, you get enamored with more than that, you just got this reputation. Right. And the comics knew if they went out of town, they'd be trying it with you. And then it was hard to get the respect for you being funny. That was the thing. No. And so,
they never, I went out of town with, they never tried me because I was drinking.
Yes, they did. And everybody wanted you.
No.
Every comic.
Okay, let me do this.
Comics lied and said they was with you.
Knock on my door after a show. Knock on my door. I done drank up the whole show. Okay, in the hotel.
Kym, you was good. You was good. Can I come in, Kym? Kym.
Mama! No, ain't nobody going. I would sleep after every show. Now, one comic, they was like, "Kym sleepy."
But I'm not going to lie. Every comic wanted you. Even when we did, Kym and I worked together on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. And we were together Tuesdays and Thursdays. And whenever we would interview a comic, they always said, "Kym, back in the day, you wouldn't give me none. I was trying to get with you." what comic said he would have drank your bath water? I don't know what that nasty ass comic.
Aries Spears.
Who was on Mad TV, said, I would have drank your dirty bath water. That's how Kym got on the stage. But she was such a dude. And every comic wanted to sleep with you.
And do you understand?
Comics lied and said they got with you. And I was like, you lying. Yeah. Because Kym ain't got with you.
They do lie. And then I go back to, just like I did in high school. I say, when you get with me? When you get with me? And then I form up against the locker.
Now, me, on the other hand, I would hate when we used to do the Tom Joyner Show and some comic who friggin' didn't make it would be like, me and Sherri was lovers back in the day. Ugh!
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Remember when that happened? Oh, I was so mad.
I was so tickled. I didn't show you.
Because everybody was like, wait a minute, what?
I was like, what?
Because you ain't made it. Now you trying to tell everybody we messed
I hate
around.
that. Don't be kissing and telling.
Trying to get your bones off me. Because we bone.
Trying to get some ups. Trying to get some props. Right. Don't be trying, because honey, I will take it to my grave. It's your word against mine.
I'm telling you.
I will embarrass you. I'll be like, that's a lie. What color was my room?
I remember it was one comic that came on. He wanted to, because he was in love with me. And he said when we was on the radio, he said, I don't, because I didn't talk. When if it was a comic.
I remember you. I was like, how you not going to talk during this segment? When I tell you Sherri, it was like she came to work on the radio, and then she went to the bathroom. And she was sitting right there.
And he said, Sherri, it's okay. You know I love you, or something like that. I just like, I'm not saying anything.
She said nothing. And they don't have any video there, so you can't see it. She was like, she disappeared. But I'm looking at her like, you're sitting right here.
Oh, God.
I was like, what's wrong with you? She was like, because he wasn't there. He's at home doing the radio, so he don't know that Sherri's sitting right there just not talking. I was cracking.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, it's so funny because, golly.
Do you notice how our energy is different when we're next to each other?
I think you had 2 weeks. I think you had 2 weeks off. It was a
I think it was
refresh.
2 weeks off. I missed him. Because, and now we'll get off who we slept with, the comics, because we can't name names.
We can't. Well, the problem is I'm having withdrawals right now. I left my phone upstairs. Can you talk about something till I go get it?
Why do you?
Here we are talking about all the good energy and why this is going well, and then you're going to introduce the.
Her cell phone. You need to check on Joshua.
Yes, my 3-year-old.
Your 3-year-old.
Okay, he's 9. You don't need to check.
Yeah, he's 9.
Is that better to get out?
Why do you need your cell phone while we're doing the
Because
podcast?
David's supposed to be coming over to get his stuff out.
He's gonna ring the bell, right? David Arnold, when he comes, he's going to ring the bell that you have outside your gate that says ring the bell. Yeah. And he knows you're here, so he's gonna ring the bell.
Okay.
Because you do that stuff. Kym will come over to my house. I don't hear the phone ringing. Instead of ringing the bell, she'll text me and go, well, I went home already. I didn't even know you were here. Why didn't you ring the bell? Well, I texted you. That's what she said. And Kym
will go, bring your business in, but your little raggedy bell at your gate didn't work. Do you remember that?
Yes, it does work.
No, it did not work. Not the new house, the old house. The bell didn't work. So don't you sit here and lie. I rang that bell. I stood out there at nighttime ringing that damn raggedy ass bell. I'm not climbing on no fence. Ain't like we sleeping together. Ain't nobody doing all that. So I took my butt home. I didn't want nothing. I was coming by.
David Arnold is going to ring the same way I rang the bell when I pulled in.
So just relax.
And just relax. You're so used to like getting on your phone. That's the problem. When I'm over on my side, you will get on your phone and I'll go, Kym, what are you looking at? Because you be looking at the phone like this.
I was just going to check it.
You don't need to check it because he's going to ring the bell. I mean, listeners, viewers, if you go over somebody's house and there's a bell, you ring the bell, right? Kym got a bell and it even has a sign that says Amazon,
ring
FedEx.
Ring my bell. That's all.
Anita
okay,
Ward.
Let's talk about this. Oh, that was good.
But wait, first we have to
go ahead.
We're gonna talk about
some water right here. I got water right here. Ain't nobody going nowhere. I keep water under the desk.
I keep
water.
You are such an auntie. We were talking about the how we started the podcast. I don't know how we got into comics.
Right.
But when I was doing all this research about how you do podcasts, what do you talk about? Mm-hmm. What kind of things you're supposed to do? Chris, who I had met when I went to St. Louis and I did his podcast and really got along with him.
Oh.
I did. That's how I met Chris.
It was morning. It was a morning radio show that I had at the time.
Morning radio show.
This is nepotism. Okay.
No, not nepotism at all.
How many interviews have you done over the years? And I'm the only one that she cared about to talk about.
And I
this.
really liked Chris. We really got along. And Chris knew a lot of comics, and he just knows comedy. Mm-hmm. And he even sent me to that place where you go float in the salt that I told you we have to go to.
Oh yeah.
Chris, he recommended that place. So anyway, as I'm sitting there, I get this text from Chris, and he's like, I just want to say, hey, I was thinking about you or something like that. Okay. Did you know I was starting a podcast? I don't remember it. Maybe I put it.
No, so here's exactly what happened. So we're connected, right? Like, so we've just kind of loosely, because there's been, so maybe when you were here, we were getting ready to go to Los Angeles to do Adam Carolla's podcast or something, or Joe Coy's show or something. So we were going out to do that. And I was like, hey, we might put on this roast show. It'd be super fun if we could include you. And you were like, text me anytime. Like, let's do something fun. Either way, we just loosely kept in touch. Like, how you been, Sherri? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I got a notification that says your contact, Two Funny Mamas, is now on Twitter. And I was like, what the who is that? Two Funny Mama? So I go on and I was like, Sherri Shepherd, Kym Whitley. I literally just shoot a text. I'm standing in my kitchen. I was like, congratulations. It's about time. This is an awesome idea. Hope it goes really well. That's what it was.
Right. And then you said if I can do anything to help because I do podcasts.
I was like, we have a podcast studio. We work with a lot of cool people that you know. And, you know, we get along already. Just let me know what's going on and maybe I can help you. So.
And that's when I called Chris and I said, as a matter of fact, I do need help. I don't even know how to do this thing. And then Chris sent me a bill and charged a whole bunch of money. And we jumped on it, which I have not.
See, now to your earlier point, Kym, now imagine, guys, comics are just underlings. If you happen to be friends with people who make it or already have made it, what if I would have been on Joe Coy's podcast saying, yeah, old Sherri Shepherd stopped by St. Louis, if you know what I mean. Now imagine if I would have done that.
Well, Sherri Shepherd stopped.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to think of cheesy dudes that would brag about sleep. But to your point, what if I would have said some bullshit like that? Then you don't get to be friends with people anymore. That's so weird to me when people.
When you tell business.
Everyone, no, Sherri's never done a white guy, so.
Yeah, they'd have been like, he lying right there. That's the bull.
Wait, let's.
Sherri's scared of white guys.
And let me tell you what a black dude would have been. He'd have been like, I hit that.
Yeah.
I hit that. Not that with your nose. They come right out.
Yeah. Fear has stopped her.
Yeah. I like my reputation.
No. Of doing a white guy. Fear.
All right, let's save this for Ask a White Guy, but we're going to come back to this, just so you know.
Yeah, because I'm fear. Okay. Well, we'll talk about it on the Ask a White Guy segment.
Right. Yeah.
But that is how we did. That's how we came to have this podcast and have Chris involved. And because he helped a lot, because it's, so when people say, how do you start a podcast? Ours is not the traditional way. I guess it is, because we still have to do a lot of work, to get followers, and we appreciate you guys following us and going along for the ride. And so we haven't done it the traditional way. We just, because I guess around this time people would say you have to have like a lot of guests, and I know you guys want to see guests, but we have I think
people have guests on their podcasts.
Yeah, like
I think, but you know what though? I think it's now more than ever, especially with the way things are going and the success you all have had with, the things you've put together. I think it's more about what your people like and what you enjoy, because you see it, even a once a week podcast, you have to put prep and effort and whatever into it, even just getting together for that. I say, do what you like and then take good advice where it comes, but don't think that you have to follow some kind of format.
We talk so much. We try, because we really try to keep this to an hour 20 at the most. And we have so much stuff that we have to talk about. We haven't even gotten to
my stuff now.
We haven't even gotten to the list that Kym has made up.
Why is it in the middle of your side? Why is it in my face? You're letting the people know we're not COVID friendly. Get over there.
This is the list Kym has made.
Hold up, I got my aunt's phone number on there.
Sorry.
Jesus.
I thought this was our podcast.
It was, but I don't like to waste paper.
I'm like, if it's the podcast podcast number. Why is your auntie's number on there?
Yeah, but
now your auntie gonna be like, Kym, all these peoples is calling me.
Right.
Oh, the facility.
That's a facility.
The facility gonna be like, no, we don't have a two funny mamas here. There's no one in this facility.
My bad.
So yeah, we talk so much that even to add a guest, we have to make it a separate segment because it'd be too long, because we have so much. That's why I wanted to start a podcast in the first place, because we have so much going on in our lives and we have so much fun and are opinionated. We can hold the phone for an hour. Even when we do our Instagram lives, we can do 3 hours. No, we can't. I did one by myself.
You and David Arnold
the other day.
We talked about that.
I talked for like an hour.
But I don't know how do you talk to no one for an hour? And that's what I said. And you were like, Kym, go do the podcast by yourself. I said, I'm not a talker. I don't just sit here and just be talking. And then you know what happened was, and then Jeffrey started, oh, it's so crazy. And then the teachers went out and it was, oh my God. And you know what else happened? Oh, and I'm not that person.
Kym,
when she got Caroline Ray to fill in, I said, Kym, just do it by yourself. You can do it. And she had a meltdown. You can do it by yourself. You talk on stage. You can do it.
Work.
You can do this by yourself. But you react very well off of other people, like with Caroline Ray, when you did it with Miguel Nunez, who was really wonderful. You do well with guests.
I'd be like this. So then what that's so crazy. Did I read that book? I'd be just looking at stuff behind it. Look at these flowers. This is so crazy.
You have so much
like
to talk
flowers?
about.
Yeah, it would be crazy.
That's because you're so used to being around people. You don't do stuff.
Okay, let's talk. I want to talk about what's going on for Thanksgiving. This is going to be the day of Thanksgiving that this drops. And what is going on? And you look, let's talk about this. First, you look fantastic. Looks like you've lost some weight.
I fasted for 11 days. I didn't eat any food actually it was 12 days. I didn't eat any food for 12 days.
And how much weight?
And I still got my double chin. I don't know how much, I lost.
But you feel something.
Yeah, I lost the weight. I lost 7 pounds and then I stopped getting on the scale. Okay. But you lose, it's a lot of water weight. I leaned up is what I did. I needed to. I told you before.
We don't suggest people do this.
No.
She did stuff with it, but you drank.
I did it the healthy way. I don't suggest people just stop eating.
Right.
I did it the healthy way. I did 2 protein shakes a day. And I did 3 protein shakes a day. And I would do bone broth as well. So no food. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I did it was for spiritual reasons, because I needed some focus and clarity in my life. Stress, being overwhelmed with the quarantine. And I also did it because I needed to get off this addiction. Got an addictive personality. So when I was making the muffins that I was making you, I would make 24 muffins and I would eat 12 in a day. And then I would eat the other 12 in, like, when I say a day, in 3 hours. And I was getting addicted to those sugar-free cheesecakes.
Yes.
Where they was putting Splenda in. I was getting addicted to those. I was eating 2 of those a day. Then I was getting addicted to, I have an addictive personality. Right. So
how do you handle that when you recognize it? Because you don't listen. Like if I say, Sherri, you got to stop. I'm going to eat 1 muffin a day, and you get agitated. So how do you do
I did. I made those muffins for the last time, and I said, Sherri, you're only going to have 2. Mm-hmm. Just 2. You have to you got to get a hold of the discipline. And I would only do 2. One time I did 3. But I kept those muffins till they almost went bad. Because I said, if you can't get a handle on eating these muffins, you'll never be able to have them again. So I had to just fast to get everything out. And the perk is you lose weight. You gain it right back, though, because you're losing water. But it slimmed me up a little bit.
And did it help with the addiction part? Yeah,
it did, because I've been stressed out. And I started eating Ruffles potato chips. Like I talked to my dad. My dad has Alzheimer's. And it's very stressful. And so I found myself going into Ralph's. I got a big family-sized bag of Ruffles. And as he was talking to me, I was shoving them in my mouth because I was stressed. And then I realized yesterday I got another bag of Ruffles because I was stressed because I was moving. I moved into another house and I was eating them, and I stopped and I said, you're getting addicted to these Ruffles, Sherri. Because now it's whenever you can't go to the muffins, you can't go to the sugar-free cheesecakes. You can't, and I don't do sugar, so you can't go to anything. What else I was getting addicted to? The melatonin. I eat chocolate-covered melatonin. Kids, chocolate-covered melatonin because it tastes like M&Ms. And I was getting addicted to that. I was taking 6, 7 melatonin at night because it tasted like M&Ms. And I said, Sherri, you're getting addicted. You must stop. because it's going to take over. And then that's all you're going to do. That's what I was telling Kym this morning. And so I said, no more Ruffles. No more chips. One Melatonin.
But don't you think that you will find something else? I mean, how do you
don't let me get a hold of sex.
Right. That's going to be...
But that's not going to happen because...
Anything. Okay.
Yeah, but it won't be sex because I am in such a place of contentment, like with the guy, because this is the one where I'm good. I'm so excited because I know God is going to bring the guy that I'm supposed to be with. Like, I haven't even made a list, Kym. You know how you make lists?
Yeah.
I haven't even made a list.
I stopped doing that after 35.
You know, the last one I had made a list.
Wait. It's
been a long time since I made a list.
Yeah, I'm
Sherri.
not 75.
Sherri. Were you talking about age there?
Because the list keep getting shorter and shorter. When I was 20, the list had 75
Yeah, you know, when you young, you got a long list. I'm not going to take this, and this is a deal breaker. And then, by the time you are age, you like, okay, if you got 2 or 3 women, are you coming home at night?
Right.
We have an agreement.
That's
we have an agreement. You got
you coming home, and just don't die on me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just
exactly.
Like, you
your list does get shorter. You like, it's just some stuff that we take. And it's not bad. That's an extreme because we're comedy.
Now mine just say Chris on it. I just got my list.
Sounds like a great list.
So wait, now what do you that's a great list. Thank you, Chris. What about your ex, your first husband? What about him? Is there
I moved. So I'm eating now. Now I'm just eating chicken and fish and turkey. I got a bunch of stuffed peppers with turkey in my refrigerator that I've been eating, and chicken, and I put it in salads. So
Did you just avoid the question I just asked?
My first husband. So I moved to because I forgot.
I was like, I asked you about your first husband. You was like, I'm just eating peppers.
Because I wanted to put a closer on what we talked about.
Okay, close that. So now,
put a button.
Because you didn't want to answer. I thought you were avoiding. So now you just have healthy food in your refrigerator.
Yeah, it's pretty healthy.
So you'll get addicted to healthy food, which is a good idea.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to get addicted to that. Oof. But yeah, I've been eating a lot of zucchini. A lot of broccoli I've been eating. A lot of grilled chicken breasts.
Okay, that's good for you.
Don't get me wrong, it don't taste like French fries or Ruffles, but
no, gotta walk away.
And you regular as all get up. You are regular.
Okay, so what about the ex? I feel like I'm interviewing you. I do. I know people are like, what the hell?
What about your ex? What's going on? The one that I liked. What happened to him? Oh, he was so good looking.
He was good looking.
You remember somebody so good looking, you want to go, and that's a real bad word. He was so good looking.
He was.
This dude, he was in love with Kym, but he was such a heterosexual male, and he was a cop. So he was like, how tall was he? 6'3", 6'4", thick thighs, and he would swing that gun and show you how to load it. I was so turned on by that man.
Yes, I was too at one point.
Can I call him?
You sure can.
You see, this is why I love Kym. Because I would go, no, you can't.
No, I'm into recycling everything. I don't believe
you had a whole episode. You had a whole episode where Sherri was shaking. She was shaking, quivering.
Because Chris, you would be shaking too if you saw him. I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah.
He is so it's testosterone flowing from this man's body.
Beautiful smile.
And his smile was so lips, gorgeous. And he was real chill. He was a cop, but he'd look at you and then that smile would light up.
Yes.
And he'd look you directly in the eyes. And I knew women was getting out of tickets with him. I knew women was putting it on him.
No, he was
because he was a motorcycle cop.
He was mean, so I know he wasn't giving nobody up.
Yeah, but I'm saying they may not have got out.
Call me if it was a celebrity he pulled over. He'd go back to his motorcycle and call me and be like, "Do you know such and such?" I'd be like, "Yeah." I'd be like, "Get that heifer a ticket."
But it was one celebrity that got out of a ticket because you knew her. It was two of them.
It's two of them. One was not really, was too kind. And I was like, so he's going to get rid of that ticket for you. You cool? Yeah, I just want to let you know. Or whatever. And they was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, but you was drinking. You was drinking.
Damn.
Don't say that. This one, it's just hard to describe how, sexuality flowed off of him. I keep wanting to say his name. But sexuality flowed off of him, and he had a real easygoing charm because he knew he was sexy, but he was in love with Kym Whitley. He really was. So what happened? Girl, damn.
I don't know if we can talk about that on the air, but it just...
Wow, he was sexy.
He ghosted me.
What?
Yeah. He did. He ghosted me in a way that he didn't think he ghosted. So he argued back with me and said, I ghosted him. I was like, no, I got the receipts. You ghosted me, because this is the thing. When you don't call me back, I don't call you back. I'm not a chaser. I've never been a chaser, because my life is so quick and fast, and it just happens. I ain't got time. I got a 9-year-old. I got to keep moving, and there's so many men out there that need my attention.
Right.
Chris, I know. Don't get upset.
Oh, no.
I got to keep it moving. And I just think keeping positivity. And I've seen so many broken women, and I've seen so much heartbreak, and I've had heartbreak before, that I try to find out how to move on. And what I realize is that when you chase someone, you give up your power. I cannot, and I don't like that. And men don't want you to give up your power, because men want to chase. Right. So what I've learned is you stay in a power position. It's hard. You might cry when nobody see you, but do I miss him because we were really good friends? Yes, I miss him, because I miss the friendship.
Yeah.
But I got a lot.
He was going through a lot, though. I mean, being a cop and during this time,
and it was during the protest. Remember?
And it was during the protest.
Ooh, and he was getting stuff thrown at him. He said piss was thrown on his head. It was a lot.
Yeah, and he's really a nice dude. Just caring and compassionate. So he was going through a lot.
Yeah, that's enough talking about him. We have given him way too much time, honey, because that is giving up my power. You can call him.
I would just like
you can do a lot with him. Yeah, call him, see how he's doing. I'm gonna call Jeff.
But you know what?
I'm gonna call Jeff.
Don't call.
I'm calling
my ex-husband.
I'm calling your ex-husband.
And I don't even like my ex-husband, but the thought of you with my ex-husband makes me mad.
Why does it make you mad?
Because he was with me, and I don't want to think of him doing what he did with me with you.
He ain't gonna do that. First of all, I'm not as nasty as you. First of all,
I'm not nasty. I'm freaky. It's a big difference. She's Louise.
So are you going to get back with your ex-husband?
No. What happened?
Okay.
And that's why I would say I can't call your dude, because I would give away my power, because he's so like...
yeah, you will give away your power.
Yeah, I give away my power. So it wouldn't work. You don't even got to worry. I'm not going to call him.
See, now you done talked about him so much, I'm probably going to text him.
Good. Because then I can live vicariously through you again.
I'm not going to do it.
I mean, and because you he celebrated your birthday with you and brought other dudes.
Yeah, he gave me a huge birthday party.
And I didn't come.
Huge, but
it wasn't huge. It was like 5 people.
But he paid for everything.
But he brought the other dudes. I should have been.
And he brought all these brought 4 wonderful single men. He did good. He did a good job for that. But that was that birthday. I have another one to look forward to next year.
Yeah, we're going to have to find some more.
Yeah.
But we're not lacking for any. That's the thing.
But I always got to go finer and finer and finer every time.
Yeah.
I have a reputation.
Is that a rule? Is that a rule where you do that? Where you try and...
Foster Brown, who did Sister magazine, she did a whole article on me talking about Kym Whitley has the finest men.
You really have good looking men. You had that guy who owned all those wing stops.
Oh, Danny was cute.
He was
Danny's
really
still
cute.
A friend.
Yeah, you do. Kym does get finer. She does. I think mine gets shorter. I like them short.
Oh, you should have seen this Italian I had. Woo! Baby,
what's happening?
I've been looking for him. He's so fine. I walked in the party with that, honey, and stopped everybody in their tracks. That's when I was younger. But I couldn't speak Italian, so we didn't last either.
Yeah, that'll get you every time. Well, you don't even want to do the mother tongue.
See, now the phone ringing. What I tell you?
That's David.
Right, but now I gotta leave the podcast. Yes, and the damn phone.
I said when David comes.
You know I don't get up fast. Shit. Now I gotta move back, drop.
Sherri, let's talk.
It's such an auntie.
I got to know, you moved. How's the new place? I was thinking about this since you started this show. A pandemic's happened. A million things have happened. You don't always talk about, you always say how busy you are. You don't tell everybody what you have going on behind the scenes as far as your own creative projects. But then what people forget is you're a mom and you do have to do real things like garage sales and all this other stuff. What in the hell? How is the new house? How is the whole transition? You look great. How are you? Are you doing all right? Are you liking the new place?
I love my new place. I'm totally at peace. It's Jeffrey and I completely, it's like just overwhelmed, really overwhelmed. Because now you have to find places where you can accommodate your work schedule. Right. And so I had to find a place that had an extra room because I do Dish Nation. I co-host Dish Nation and I have this podcast. And before my other house, that was part of my kitchen. I couldn't even take it, Chris. I had cords for the Two Funny Mamas, all the cords and microphones, and I had cameras and lights, and I'm trying to make breakfast, and I couldn't take it. So I had to find a house with an extra bedroom because everybody's working from home. So it has been, Kym came over to help me, no help whatsoever.
Right.
I was stressing out over that. She comes over. It takes, we got to talk for 2 hours. Then Kym's telling me what to do. It gets on my nerves when she tells me what to do because people think that I'm bossy, but in real life, Kym is the bossy one. Like, she's very bossy. And so you'll be talking and telling her something. And she'll go, no, listen, like completely cut you off.
Perfect.
And she tells you what to do. And then she gets mad when you don't do what she tells you what to do. So she was stressing me out. She was stressing me out because she was telling me what to do with how to do with Jeffrey with online, and everything I was doing was wrong. And she kept going, because I understand. And so that was 2 hours. And then she started, I set aside a bunch of jewelry. Tell David to come in and say hi. Tell David to come in and say hi.
I love it. This is the version. This is like the part. This is like what celebrity that people are going to recognize are going to pop in today on Two Funny Mamas. This is my favorite.
And this is the thing. And Kym don't let you come in her house unless you've had your COVID testing. So,
oh my gosh,
very picky.
Funny.
Yeah, come in and tell him to say hi. But so I set aside all this jewelry to go to like Goodwill, Dress for Success. Mm-hmm. It was like bags and bags of jewelry that I had accumulated since The View. And I needed to let go. I am a hoarder. I just really realized that I'm a hoarder. And so I had gotten it all together. I had spent 8 hours with a friend the night before. Everybody needs those type A personality people in their life, because he spent 8 hours just going through stuff. And if I was tired, he'd be like, let's just sit down. Yes, no, maybe. And we went through all of this jewelry, and Kym ended up taking about 3 bags of jewelry. She left with 3 boxes. She took stuff that wasn't even supposed to go, and they just left. And that was my whole day.
So she just took some cool stuff from her house. Yeah.
She came to my new house and left with all of my bath rugs that I had just ordered from my bathroom, because according to her, they didn't match anything.
Okay.
So I had to order some more stuff from Amazon. So it's
new place have a pool?
I do have a pool.
Okay.
I've always had a pool, because in California, we just have pools in California. It's very hard to find a house that does not have a pool in California. And I've always had a pool because my nephews and nieces, even with my apartment buildings, we've had a pool. My nephews and nieces come over, and now I have grandnieces. They have children, and I love for family to come over and go swimming. And I love for friends to come over and go swimming, which we haven't been able to do in COVID.
Right. Well, your son, the age he is too, like I'm trying to think, like I can count the times I moved as a kid. It was a big deal if you moved. Like moving to you is like, you pay this, you live there, it's comfortable. To a kid, that can be a lot, right? Or exciting, or does he hate it?
You know why? Because I've moved in 7 years, since 2007. So it's been more than 7 years.
Right.
Since 2007, I have moved 9 times.
That's a lot, especially for a kid that age. I get it. But okay, dogs came with you, all that good stuff. Like, the
dogs came with me. I mean, we moved. When he was a baby, I separated from his dad. We got into a house. Then we had to move to New York. We stayed in the Trump building about 2 years, and we moved
because of your political connections.
The political connections. I know.
Right.
We stayed in 3 Trump buildings. Then we moved to Harlem. And we stayed in Harlem for a couple of years. Then we moved to a big old house in New Jersey. Then out of the New Jersey house, we moved to another. Once I got divorced from husband 1A, I needed to move closer to New York. So we moved to another house like a year and a half later. Then we moved to LA to one house, and I had a crazy landlord. So we had to move. Then we moved to another house. The landlord was crazier than the first house. Then we moved to the house that I'm in. So there might have been 7 houses. Then we moved to the house that I'm in now. And then the landlord, after 2 years, he wanted his place back. Where's David?
I'm so mad at you. I don't know what to do. You and Chris.
Why?
What did I say? Didn't I say I needed my phone?
Why? What happened?
He's gone. He was like, well, you didn't answer your phone. He came and left.
You know what?
I told you.
Okay,
didn't I say that, Chris?
It sounds. I'm sure he's a great guy, but come on. If he said he was coming over.
I said I needed the phone.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard.
Yeah, he said, here, thanks, I'm gone.
And David is like that too.
Yeah, but I told him, I said, we're doing our podcast. People kill me. I said, we're doing a podcast. He interrupts any other time. And he said, well, I just want to I said, you always interrupt. I told you Sherri's going to be over. Whatever. His loss. You know?
He could have been on.
I'm taking the stuff you wanted. I'm taking the stuff you wanted because I need it. Talk. Because I'm texting.
He wanted, you are texting.
So wait,
what was he coming to get it?
So look, no, he came and got it. He took it out of my garage, moved my car, everything. So that's what I said, people. I needed my phone, didn't I?
But you really did. He got what he came for.
But he didn't get to come in and say hello. I thought that was rude.
Well, that's his loss. That's very
what I
rude.
said too. I said that was his loss.
Do you want to have him? Do you want to have him video in from his phone wherever he's at?
No,
you're gonna yell at him.
He don't get to
do all that. But it would be funny. Why
didn't you come in and say hi to me?
Yeah, just rude. But I wanted to say this, is that Sherri Shepherd's Instagram, I'm going to stop following her and I'm going to stop going over her house. She'll have full makeup on, but she'll put me on camera looking like a man. Now,
I'm all pretty.
Stop doing it.
You're pretty. You're pretty.
You just videotape stuff. Yes, it's funny and it is ridiculous. But can I at least say, hey, Kym, wait, you look like a man. Let me put on a little lipstick or fix my hair.
You don't look like a man.
And I'm walking, and stop filming me from the back. I done told you about that ass shot. You always be following me with the camera. Now and then she don't send me the video. She got 200,000 hits on the video. I got none, but I'm the one in the video. She the cameraman.
You are a star on my Instagram. I literally got 1,192 comments when I post Kym.
I'm not doing it no more.
I'm sorry I didn't see
I'm going to knock the phone out your hand. Pick it up again here.
Because you're so
pick
funny.
It up again. You know what I wanted
I even did on the talk. They wanted to know about why you took the female masturbation video. They showed that on the talk.
I can't. And I be over there. And I wear the same clothes for several days. So, it's not good. Sometimes they be like, she had that on last week. It's COVID.
It's just so funny.
Yes, this is rough.
Oh my gosh.
What did David say? He said something. I want to talk about how many people have watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's reunion.
Bel-Air's
reunion. What you gonna say? Go ahead and say it. How
many people have watched the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion?
You wouldn't say plural?
No, there's no apostrophe.
Bel-Air's.
Because it's not Bel-Air's reunion. It's Fresh
Their
Prince
reunion. It's their reunion.
It's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
But it's a group of people.
It's not Bel-Air's. I majored in English. It's not.
Oh, well, maybe I'll give you that.
It's not an apostrophe.
I don't believe it.
But
she'd be misspelling words. Okay.
I think they got the context of what we're saying.
The context. Now she want to use another word. How many people? Yeah, okay. So, did you get to see it yet, Chris?
You know what? I haven't, and I will watch it, though. Believe it or not, I watched like every single episode of that as a kid. I graduated from the Jeffersons to that, I feel like,
HBO Max.
It's a big deal.
HBO Max. It's a big deal because I thought it was an actual episode, but it wasn't. It was about the reunion and them getting together. And I know I haven't seen it yet, but one of the big things that they've been talking about is the fact that he and Janet Hubert-Whitten, she was, I don't know, released, let go.
She's the first Vivian.
She was the first Viv, first mother. And she was replaced by Daphne Reed, Tim Reed's wife. Mm-hmm. And so Janet Hubert-Whitten and Will Smith haven't talked for, it's been like 20 years?
27. And then she corrected him and said 30. He said 27. She said 30.
30 years. It's been bad blood between them. More so, I think, on Janet Hubert-Whitten's part. Is it Whitten? Janet Hubert-Whitten, right?
I don't know. Well, Chris can look it up for us real quick.
It's Janet Hubert is what she goes. I guess it'd be, on her official stuff it says Janet Hubert.
So we'll say Janet Hubert.
Because it sounds like some stuff happened.
It used to be Whitten, so some stuff didn't happen. It's not Whitten anymore.
Yeah, she said that. She said some stuff was happening at home.
Okay.
I don't know if she was choked out or what was happening, but it wasn't good.
But it wasn't good.
It wasn't good.
Okay, you can't put choked out in here. Like,
it was not good.
It was not good. Some stuff happened.
At her house, because she was saying at home, but you're right. Maybe it wasn't
so
bad.
during her Fresh Prince years, it was Janet Hubert-Whitten. Yes.
Yeah, it was Janet Hubert-Whitten.
If you go to her IMDb now, it says Hubert. Yeah.
Okay. If you were to see any videos that Janet Hubert did,
yes,
she used
recently.
even up to like recently, she talked about the fact that they had bad blood and that her career, she was blackballed in Hollywood because of things that went down with her and Will Smith. And
she talked about him like a dog.
Oh my gosh.
Like you were like, oh, they could never see each other.
Because her thing was, she felt because of the things that he said about her that she was difficult, it made her not be able to get a job in Hollywood. And also she says, because, being a dark-skinned actress as well, it was harder for her to find work. And so her career really stalled after Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She did like independent movies and little plays and stuff. She did something for Kenya Moore. Remember, she did something for Kenya Moore, and Kenya didn't pay everybody. And Janet was good for making videos about people, blasting them. But she was so angry at Will.
Yes.
And Will moved on with his life and did big, huge movies, Independence Day, Bad Boys, and all,
he blew up
she blew
down.
While she blew down. Yeah. And she was very bitter about that. And so
rightly so.
He took over the Red Table Talk, and they got together and they spoke. And
I didn't know they did that before the reunion? Or
well, I think he talked about the Red Table Talk.
Yes, I think.
But then at the reunion, they talked. I thought they made up before the reunion.
See, it looked like it was just a fresh conversation, or they have already spoken and then they spoke there, because what he is doing on the Red Table Talk is talking with a therapist,
right,
to get through it.
Okay.
Because he wants to figure out, why did I do that to her? So he has accepted ownership of it. He said he was young.
And I talked about this with somebody else, because Will Smith, they talked, and she felt he was being very unprofessional in a lot of what he was doing. He said he was young, because he also talked about the fact that, and please, we can't do spoiler alert, because this has been on the air, so we're talking about it now. He talked about the fact that his audition, Quincy Jones told him at a big party. Quincy Jones, this was his audition for Fresh Prince. Quincy Jones took him in a room and said, we got this show, we want you to do it. And Will was like, I'm not ready. I need some time. I got to find an acting coach. Quincy said, everybody in the next room at this party, that's who you audition in front of. It's going down now. So how much time do you need, Will? Mm-hmm. And Will was like, just give me 10 minutes. So basically, they did a deal memo that night at the party for this, because Quincy was like, it's casted already. We got the people, and all the players are put together. So they basically did a deal. That almost never happens. A deal memo for the show. It was fast track. Will didn't have any time to go through the thing of being an actor, how you act on set, how you even act. He was a rapper who was thrust into the role of an actor, and the show blew up.
Right.
You have Janet Hubert, who comes from, is she a Broadway diva?
Oh, she's a dancer.
She's a dancer. She's an actor. She's been through the trenches.
Yes. James Avery, who's a thespian.
A trained thespian.
James
Avery, he would talk like this. And he was like this.
Yes.
Very much more so than on Fresh Prince. He played my father in my sitcom Sherri. Right before he died.
I was there, remember?
Yes, because you were my nemesis on the show.
And he was there in his dressing room playing jazz, like they was talking.
Oh, he played music so loud.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But anyway, neither here nor there. So you got two and then the gentleman who played the butler. I forget his name.
Oh, yes.
Joseph Marcel.
Jeffrey.
What's his name?
Joseph Marcel.
Joseph Marcel, very trained. Now, here's the thing. When you're trained and you've worked a lot, there's a certain etiquette that you have when you come on set. There's a certain way that you are because people know who you are. You have a reputation. It's like when Kym and I walk into a comedy club. If you don't acknowledge who we are, we are feeling a little salty.
Okay.
Because we've been in this business, at this game, a long time. So for comics to come up and completely dismiss us, it's like, wait a minute, hey, little one. And so I believe Janet came.
This is what happened, what her story was.
Okay.
What her story was that her deal came up and she needed more money.
Yes.
And she was like, just like you're supposed to do. Well, if you can't give me, she wasn't, it didn't sound like she was asking for something ridiculous, but we're going into so many seasons. She said she was having a baby, something happened, whatever. She wanted some more money. But I guess Will told everybody, we'll just replace, or they said, we'll replace you. And for some reason, she stopped speaking to everyone on the set because she said she couldn't trust anyone. Now, first of all, let me explain something to y'all about Two Funny Mamas. We don't fact check a lot of stuff here.
We try to, but
right. This is our opinion. So I don't want to see you in the comments talking about, oh, well, Kym was wrong with that. I'm telling, this is all hearsay and what I saw on TV. Okay, so back to what she said, is that she was saying that she didn't speak to anybody because she didn't know who to trust. Okay. So now they said she was difficult. And she told Will to his face, you ruined my career. Basically, he ruined her life. She had nothing. And she said, I had this baby and I was out of work.
It's a hard thing. Yeah. We're going to have to talk about it too again after I watch it because
it was tough. I was in tears.
Does that premise work for you guys? Do you side with her in that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's very hard. This is a hard thing. And I have to see what she said because I've seen videos that she's done where she's talked about him being unprofessional and, doing certain things. So I was coming from a different place. But here's the thing. When you're on a sitcom or you're on a TV show, everything depends on the chemistry of the cast.
Yes.
It bleeds over into when you come in the mornings and you're eating your breakfast, when you're going in your dressing room. When you have one cast member who has an attitude and is not talking, you are perceived as difficult.
Yeah.
You really are. I remember when I did Precious. When I did Precious with my acquaintance and your friend, Monique. When we were doing the publicity, not the actual movie. When we were doing all the publicity, because Monique talks about it very public, she separated herself from us. She was never with us.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We would be all together. Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Lee Daniel, me, fine boy who was married to Lisa Bonet. What's his name?
He was there?
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz.
He was in there?
Who was her ex-husband?
Lenny Kravitz.
Eric Benet?
Chris.
What'd he say?
Was it not Lenny Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz, Eric Benet.
Wait a minute.
He was with Halle Berry. I said Lisa Bonet. I said
Lisa Bonet. Look, I can't keep them straight. They light skinned with hair.
What about you? Lenny Kravitz. Eric Benet. That was with Halle.
Oh, I don't know why, but I would have killed to have had you accidentally throw out a name like Raphael Sadiq or something, like somebody totally random from the 90s. I don't know why. Sorry.
My hand would have went there. West. Oh, jeez. So when we would do Monique, Lenny Kravitz, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige, me, Gabby Sidibe, we would all be together laughing and bonding because it's really important, the bonding and the support. Monique would be off in a corner with her husband, Sidney. They wouldn't talk. She would smile at us, but they wouldn't,
engage.
They wouldn't engage. And sometimes it's just like, you're kind of like, huh. Now, when you have to do this every day and a person is not talking to you, nor are they explaining, I'm in negotiation, so I just got to shut down. You don't get anything.
You don't know what's happening.
So if everybody's laughing, so if me and Kym are laughing, and then if this is three funny mamas, and then one person's just kind of sitting there like this.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
It's just uncomfortable. And you got Will, who is 21 years old, or however young he was. He's loud. He's gregarious. He's acting silly. And then you're just sitting there and you're not saying anything. And then people go, hey, Janet. And you're like, hey, what's wrong? Nothing. It's perceived as difficult and nobody wants to be around it. Right. They just don't.
And she said there's stuff going on with her at home.
And so we don't know anything about what's going on at home. You're not telling anybody anything. Bear with me. So it's a passive aggressive kind of thing, being on a set, because we got to be on the set with you 8, 9, 10, 11 hours a day.
And they said, because the little girl, she said, Tatiana Ali said from 11 years old to 17. That's a big chunk of her life.
This becomes your family.
Because you're on the set 5 days a week. You spend more time with these people than you do with your family. So, and she did mention this, and she was pregnant. Hormones, and Will said, I didn't understand it, but now that I have 3 children.
I do.
But at 21, he said, I don't know about no woman's hormones or what's going on.
And it's so funny because back when Janet Hubert was going through this, a lot of women were going through that with pregnancy.
Yes.
Because remember Moonlighting? Remember Sybil Shepherd went through all of that mess with Bruce Willis?
They didn't want you to get pregnant. Let's just say what it is.
Yeah, if you got pregnant and you were on a show, it was very difficult.
The producers were probably already mad at her.
because it was all men who were running Hollywood. So when you got pregnant and you had to, God forbid, breastfeed, they looked at it as an inconvenience. There was another movie, Crossing Jordan or something, and the woman.
Until that one actress sued. That's what changed it.
Yeah, it changed it. But I remember Sybil Shepherd went through hell delivered with twins. So anyway, it is perceived as difficult, and nobody in the cast wants to be around that. It's an energy that you put out. And so it'd be just like if we were doing the podcast and every time Kym did something and I just shut down and I had an attitude, nobody would want to see that. No, that's why I do it after the podcast ends. Then I have an attitude and I shut down.
I could vouch for that. Yeah, that's
but
for sure.
The fact is that 30 years, as she says, he says 27, whatever, that they have come to a place where they can talk about it. Now, I would love to see Will Smith throw her $5 million.
Well, because we didn't talk about that. Being unemployed, and not being able to get a job because you're labeled is difficult. Which for me, it really kind of pisses me off a little bit because we're not allowed brown skin to be difficult. You hear about difficult white actors all the time that still work. They go off on people, do all kinds of stuff, and they still get to work. But as brown people, but that's in our whole life, Kym. We've always heard you always got to be 3 times as good. You got to be 3 times better. You got to be.
And she was a brown-skinned woman on television, which she felt she was, this was something different because they always have a light-skinned woman, and she was a brown-skinned woman who was playing an attorney and she could dance. And she was very good. And Daphne Reid was, of course, very good as a replacement, but she had set a standard right then, and that it was not explained to people. People didn't understand. We're all going with what happened. Weird. And then you look up, her daughter's obviously 30 years old, or son, whatever she had. But the thing is, she went with this stigma on her for 30 years. Even when fans look at her, you got to think about, people look at you like, I mean, that is a heavy load to take.
Way she, as a dancer, she comes, and we call those women divas. If you're on Broadway, we call them the Broadway divas. You have a certain demeanor. You can see it on Debbie Allen. You can see it on Felicia Rashad.
And that can be perceived as being
as difficult or not
as
intimidating
as
a diva. Sometimes people take it as a negative. But if you look at Felicia Rashad, come up to her and go, "Hey, Phyllis," she will be like, "What?"
Right? She floats.
She floats. Cicely Tyson is the same way.
I'm afraid of her.
I'm afraid of Cicely Tyson because when she looks at you, and so that demeanor. But that was the demeanor of a lot of those divas. Even now, we got it sometimes.
Yes.
But
Will did apologize, and she apologized.
She also said that he was unprofessional on the set. And speaking to that, when you're older and you got a young person that's just like, sometimes I would get on Whoopi's nerves on The View.
Yeah,
I would get on Whoopi's nerves all the time because it was like, and Whoopi was like, just calm the fuck down.
Sit down
somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was difficult not working, because that was your income. And when all of a sudden you lose your income, your livelihood, you're about to have a baby, you can't get a job anywhere else. And your agents are telling you you've been blackballed pretty much. That can make you bitter. It can. But so it has been 30 years. They came together. Will said, I was 21, I was young, which speaks to sometimes when you're young, you don't realize things that you say or you speak can really change a person's life. Like Will became a superstar.
Yes.
And so to now have your livelihood taken away and you watch this person become a superstar and you can't even get a commercial or a job, that's got to be very difficult.
No,
it's got to be really, because you're watching this man blow up and get rich. And you're struggling.
And
the
whole cast is going on for 6 years.
Not only that, you're watching this man that everybody loves. Like everybody loves Will Smith. And you're going, well, you wasn't nice to me. Or at least however she perceived it. So I want to watch it.
And this is the crazy thing. I've been knowing Will since The Fresh Prince, if not before. He is to his core such a nice guy. The fact that he put all of this together.
Yes.
So he could resolve this for her, for him. And still, even on the red table
talk. I like that evolution.
Yeah, that Will is like to his core. He is a great
Can
person.
I tell you how wonderful Will is? Because I didn't know. I auditioned for a role on Fresh Prince that Queen Latifah got. Because I didn't know how to act. I did my whole audition with my back to the casting director.
No, you didn't.
That's how bad I was.
Oh, you made my stomach hurt.
I did. I was supposed to be, it was supposed to be dancing to music on a Sony Walkman. I actually bought a Sony Walkman and played the music. Put it in my ear, played the music. See, now I know that if you're dancing to a Walkman, you pretend like you hear music. I played the music, so I couldn't even hear the casting director go, okay, can you turn around? And I started dancing with my back to her. I didn't even hear her say the lines. And thought I did amazing in the audition. I walked down and called my agent and said, I got this role. I didn't even hear the lady say, stop. It was horrible. Latifah did it.
Had these horribles, but wait. I have, Chris, I sent you something. I don't know if you have a chance to pull it up before we move on to the next subject.
No, we can't move on yet because this is the only thing I want to say.
Oh, no, go say it. It has to do with this. But go ahead. You'll see it.
I wanted to say, I love the fact that Will Smith came together because forgiveness is for you. Like, he had to resolve this because Will realizes that life is short.
Yes.
Especially with all of this stuff going on. You don't want to leave feeling that way. And I know for Janet, it had to be a huge weight lifted. What I'm hoping, not the fact that Will will give her money, but that Will give her a part in some of his upcoming stuff.
But you know what I thought? This is what I thought. Even if Will doesn't give her money.
There's somebody else.
Hollywood is going to, because even David said,
Open up.
Even David was like, if I got a project, so now everybody's like, oh, if I got a project,
that's what I thought.
I got to help this woman. Because first of all, she's fantastic. But I think Hollywood will now say, hey, Janet, come do this role.
Come on. Now that Will has, and that just shows you the power of Will Smith. Yes. That Will Smith extended the olive branch, and now Hollywood will say, well, come on. But I'm glad that he did that. But it makes me think, Kym, is there anybody in your life that you would like to say, I'm sorry to, or mend a branch with?
Yes.
Mend a branch,
send a branch.
I don't know.
Reach a branch.
Hand a branch to?
No, it's another word.
Like extend the olive branch? Extend the olive branch.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm dark on this.
Yeah, I was going to say, now the sun went down, Chris.
The sun went down. I'm so brown.
We done talked so much. She don't know we started this thing an hour ago. We already up in time.
But I think it's okay. You still know I'm black.
Yeah, you can we lighten it up a little bit?
I look like a brown black.
We'll look into it for sure.
Hang on. Like white mama, black mama.
Yeah. Because your side, the sun moved already. We've been talking.
But I can't switch with you
because
then I'm really short.
No, I can open up the curtain over there. Why don't you just reach over there and open that curtain?
If I open up the curtain?
Yeah.
Okay, so think about who you want to say you're sorry to.
Sorry?
Or,
Yeah, okay. All right. Sorry.
And you let me know when you want to see that picture, Kym. We got you.
Oh, okay. I'm going to tell.
Oh, you got these fancy.
Now you're getting too light. Okay, now you're doing too much. Okay, that's good.
I like your shades. Those are good.
Thank you.
Those shades cost some money.
Yeah.
Okay.
The man who had this house, he did that.
Oh, he did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, somebody that you would like to say.
You feel like you're brighter? Much better.
It's better.
Yeah.
So you want to do a podcast? Oh, this makes me so happy. I'm so glad you guys are back.
Okay, wait. There are people in my life that I have said and done some crazy stuff when I was younger. But I've gone back to most of them and apologized. And I don't think I do. My stuff is like we said, when you're young, you do stupid stuff. But Monique already knows I want to mend that relationship. But that's on her. Well, she did tell me to call her. And I know. Well,
you know how I feel about that.
I know,
okay, but I understand.
But I mean, with Monique, we were really good friends. So
yeah.
What about all those roles you stole from Jack A?
I'll slap you about the Chris. Me and Jack A are cool. So
they're cool now.
Now that was a Hollywood bitter story, but.
You want to tell that?
No.
Okay, we'll go into.
I'm glad I brought it up.
Remind me, listeners, to get, because that's like a long story.
Yeah.
So
But me and Jack A are cool now. It's fine. Like I can be at a party with her. I'll call her up, whatever.
But some things like with Monique, like you can mended, but it doesn't mean that you have to be
right. I don't know if we'll be
if you have
friends
to be that
again, but
friends again. Right. But you're one of those people you like to be friends again. Sometimes I go.
Well, I cracked a joke on her, and I probably shouldn't have, and that's why she was mad. I think because I said something on the reel at that time. I don't know.
I don't believe one joke
made her mad.
Yeah, I don't believe. I think it was a little bit deeper than that. I don't think it was just one joke. If you friends and it's one joke. I
still want to talk to Al Roker too, because when Monique was getting her Oscar, I know this sound wrong.
I was there.
Monique was getting her Oscar.
Yes.
And we was walking up Runyon Canyon, and they was doing Good Morning America.
Right.
They was doing a story on Monique.
Yes.
And me and Monique used to work out, and Monique said, "Kym, come with me. You can get some time on America. Good Morning America, and we always work out."
The Today Show.
Whatever that was. Shit, that damn time, I'm mad.
What happened?
Al Roker turns to me and says something like, he said, "So who are you?"
Oh, damn.
I was like, wow, Al. I mean, it was just like, I was like, I'm an actress. I said, my name is Lisa Ray. That's what I told him. And I went up, and Monique was like, "You're all right. Come on, Kym." And it wasn't even that. It was the way they treated me. And not that I'm on Monique's level or anything like that. But you don't know, because then I turn around and now I'm on your show a year later.
Right.
It was such an interesting, so that's why you just got to be, I'm not mad at Al Roker, I just thought that was funny.
I think with that, it was because it was the Oscars. Monique was nominated for an Oscar. She was so hot. She was on fire. She was on fire. Everything was about Monique.
Yeah.
I remember them being that way to Ashanti when she was with, used to talk like this, used to talk like,
DMX?
Not DMX. He took DMX's style. He's not even the other one. I forget what his name is. But anyway, Ashanti, they treated her like they pushed her out the way when she was on the red carpet, Joan Rivers. And she didn't know. And then Ashanti blew up. So I think that with Monique, you being with Monique, it was everything was about Monique. Yeah. This was the biggest movie of the year, Precious. Yeah. And Monique was like, all the white people didn't know who Monique was. Black people did.
That's true.
She was such an enigma. So I think that the excitement was so much about her, they didn't pay attention to, this could be an actress. I think Hallie could have been standing next to her.
Is there somebody you want to extend the olive branch to? Because I got something else to show you.
Okay. Actually, I would, to say I'm sorry. And I wish that I could actually see her in person. I wish that I knew her name, because this has bothered me for so many years.
A fan you slapped?
No, I never hit a fan. Okay. I don't have too many people that aside from the ex-husbands of mending that thing. Right. But there was a woman, when we were struggling comics, we used to do stand-up comedy at the Townhouse. Remember? There was a certain promoter. There were three. There were three together.
I know you're talking about.
And
you do know her name. You know her.
No, I don't know her. I don't know his wife. No.
Oh.
So this man, I was in my early 20s. I'm young.
Did he die?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, sorry.
Oh my goodness. I hope not. So I was in my early 20s. I didn't know my head from my ass. And
still don't. Go ahead.
And I still don't. And there was a promoter at this comedy club. And we ended up, he was very intense.
Good looking.
He was good looking. He was big though. He was a big guy. Sure. But he was chocolate, really good looking, very charming, had a beautiful smile. And he was talking to me, and I was taken in. He probably had a bunch of other girls. I was very enamored, and we ended up messing around. And he was married. To me, that meant nothing. I didn't care that he was married. Literally, it was like if you said your wall is blue. Okay. Wow. And so we messed around, and I knew he was married, but I didn't care. He told me they wasn't getting along,
That normal story.
The normal story that a man tells you. So I thought, she's a bitch, Yeah. And so one time I left a note on his windshield, and I said, "I can't wait to see you tonight." And his wife found the note, and he told me, and they had a big argument. And I was like, I don't care. I'm literally 23. I didn't care.
Notes used to get people in trouble. Take note, people.
No, it wasn't even that. It was like I just didn't. I was naive. I'm 23. So they ended up having major problems, and they ended up getting a divorce.
No.
Now, I'm not going to say that was because of me. I think he probably was a serial cheater, because he was around female comics all the time.
And he's at a bar.
He ended up moving in with AJ, and they had women going through that apartment.
The guy AJ comic, yeah.
But yeah, and so I don't know if they got back together, but I would want to say to his wife, I'm sorry. Because as a woman who is married or who was married and who has dealt with infidelity, this woman had children. She trusted her guy. He wanted to pursue this dream of being a promoter. So she had to trust her husband to go out to these clubs, be around these comics, and come back home and act like he had some sense. And he didn't. It's some responsibilities on him too, because I was young. Mm-hmm. But the havoc that I caused in their marriage of leaving that note and not caring, I would want to say to her, I'm very sorry from the depth of my soul of what I caused in your marriage. And if it contributed to any of the downfall of your marriage, I was, like Will Smith said, that's why I understood that. I was young. Yeah. I didn't know. I hadn't been in a serious relationship. This man came and told me your child was on the brink. That he made you seem like such a bitch. I just wasn't developed enough in my brain morally. I had no conception of infidelity or adultery. But what I am sorry for is that I messed around with your husband.
And now you're apologizing to her. So I'm gonna tell you what, though, this is the truth. She ain't listening to your podcast.
Now you took away from the seriousness of it.
I'm sorry.
What if she is?
She ain't listening to your ass. Ain't no way. I'm gonna be like, oh, let me listen to see what Sherri talking about.
No, it's not.
She got a voodoo doll. She burning candles. Oh no, she could be. She could have been like, oh my God.
It might not be, because I don't know if she knew it was me.
Oh.
I don't think, I might have put Sherri, but she might not. Well, now she would. It might even not, because all the comics was, I don't want to say all of them was cheating. I don't want to put that on every comic, but so many wives know their husbands, if they was comics, was messing around. So she might not. I never said his name. I don't know if I'm supposed to say.
One promoter at the time I was doing comedy. Everybody know now, trust and believe.
And the one that is not, if he get it, he gonna be like, I didn't even do that.
You was like brown skinned pig. You don't describe him. What are you talking about? Crazy. So now you're saying that you.
But I'm saying she may be fans of ours. Because it wasn't like, I don't think I put Sherri Shepherd. I might have put Sherri, but she may not have connected Sherri. That shit. It's so many comments.
Ma'am, it wasn't me, ma'am.
Yeah, let's clear that part up.
Huh? Oh, so listen. I want to show, now that we've gotten our olive branch off, we were talking about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion on HBO Max, which is fantastic. If you get a chance, please check it out. Matter of fact, I'm doing a show for HBO Max. It'll come out in February.
You're playing a nun who's an undercover spy. I want you to be nominated for an Emmy so bad.
I would love to get that. This is going to trip you out. I saved this to share with you.
Oh, what is it?
So on this, I'm gonna see if you like. So on the show, I'm watching it last night, and Will Smith is talking about James Avery, and he's talking about his love for jazz, and he's in James Avery's dressing room,
right?
And they go in the dressing room past, and I was like, wait a minute, and I rewind it, pull it up, Chris, and this is what they show. Do you recognize anything in that picture? Do you see? There's a picture. Listeners were showing us Will Smith in the dressing room next to a big picture of Bird, the artist.
Yeah.
That's the picture hanging over my door that was in my kitchen for all these years.
How did you have
that picture? Will Smith gave that to James Avery. James Avery gave it to me.
Are you serious?
Yes. And then when I was like, and so then my girlfriend, I sent it to my girlfriend said, I sent her the picture. She said, when did Will Smith come over? I said, girl, Will ain't at my house. That picture is at my house. Did they recreate it? No, that is the actual picture, because James Avery said, Will gave this to me. And there's another one of Lady Sings the Blues. It's a green one.
Oh, this is an old picture of Will in James's room.
James is dead.
No, I thought in the reunion, like they recreated the dressing room.
No, they just showed a shot of the dressing room.
Wow.
And Will was in there, and the two pictures, one Robin Givens took, I took this one, but James gave them to me, and then Robin was like, I want that.
Wow.
And then that is the picture. Now I have it hanging over my door, which I will have to show it to you. But when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. So I was feeling like I need to gift that to somebody, but I'm not.
No, don't give that. You should you should get that, see if you can get that picture from Will to put next to the picture. You know, like put that picture next to it. Yeah. Because that's like an authentication of the picture. Like if you ever I
could tell Will, I was going to get him to sign it, but I'm so slow at stuff.
Yeah, it'll be 9 years. I'll talk to Will before you talk to Will.
Yeah, I'm bad.
I got a Will story. That's like literally, you need to get from Will that picture and put it next to the picture, because that's such a great story about that piece of art, which I remember. That's so cool. It does look like your bedroom. I'm going to say that looks like your bedroom.
It does look like my bedroom.
Because there's a handsome dude walking around in there? Yeah.
What'd you say, Chris?
I said just because there's a handsome dude walking around in there? Is that
No, because that looks like her dresser.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Not even a handsome dude. But if you do that, it does look like a dude in her bedroom. Will Smith is so sweet. We were talking about how sweet Will Smith is. When I would be on The View, I would get a card in the mail addressed to me from Will Smith, and he would say, "Hey sis, we watching you, we're supporting you, you're doing great." And I would be like, love Will Smith. And first I was like, how he get my address, like where I live? Not going, this is Will Smith, so of course he's calling the people at The View.
Yeah.
But I would get these cards from Will, like once every couple years, of him going, sis, and he would say, sis, so you doing good, we got you. Then Will invited me, he and Jada, because she was producing a Broadway musical called Fela, about Fela Kuti,
which was good,
with Jay-Z and Beyonce. I get this invitation from Will and Jada to come to the opening night of Fela. And I was out on the moon. I'm like, Will and Jada have invited me to go see Fela, which was an amazing Broadway play. I saw it maybe 10 times. And they picked me up, not they, but a car picked me up, dropped me off at the thing. I probably sat about 5 seats away from Will and Jada with his family. And then as we were leaving to go celebrate, I thought I was going with Will and Jada. So I walked to the car, and there was a bodyguard. He was like, no, ma'am, you're going on the bus. So I rode on the bus with his family, and they were fun. It was fun with the family, but I was like, oh, no, but I got an invitation from Will and Jada. He was like, so did all those people on the bus. They got an invitation too. So we got to the after party, and then I go to sit at the table with Will and Jada, and the same dude was like, where you think you going? And I said, I'm telling you, here is the note right here. And he goes, they all got an invitation. Your seat is up there. It was so funny. And I didn't see Will no more that night. I was with his auntie and his cousin now.
Oh, that is so funny. I got to find a video. I'm not good at keeping all my videos in one place.
I got all mine in one place.
I got a video. I went over to Will and Jada's house way out.
That big one that they have?
It must be. Oh,
geez. It looked like the planet Earth.
It was just,
I would think any home that they're part of does.
Compound, and it's a compound. It's not a house.
All I remember, pond in the front. It was some. I don't know what
huge.
And me and him started salsa dancing. This is when I could dance. Got a whole video of me and Will Smith salsa dancing.
Kym, you need to have that. Like, it's those little things.
You don't know what it is?
I have a recording of Tina Marie, and it's Tina Marie right before she died, maybe 2 weeks before she passed away.
She called me too.
She did not, and stop lying.
No, she did. No, this is weird. She was in Hawaii, and she called. I'm being honest with you. I wonder if she would just keep reaching out for people. She was like, Kym, you make me laugh so much. Give me a call. I did not return the call.
Nor did I.
Oh, we're horrible.
I just was really busy.
I was very busy too, but that's
Tina Marie called.
Gerald did the same thing. I didn't call him back. I didn't call her back. And people
but it's so hard because you don't know somebody's going to pass away.
You're right. Go ahead.
Like, on my machine, it was when we had answer machines, you press play and it goes, hey, Sherri, this is Tina. Girl, give me a call.
Yeah.
I miss you. I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's what it said. And I didn't call Tina back. And
that hurts my soul.
Yeah, I wish I would have called Tina.
You thought I was lying.
I still do think you're lying.
No, me and Tina Marie was friends.
No, I know.
I'm the one that told about Rick James.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Okay,
you told about. Yeah, you did go too far.
I did.
Because if that's the case, you'd have had your vagina burned by a crack pipe.
Wait a minute. How did you know that?
Hey, is it time to check out some? We have some photos that I was wanting to get to.
How long have we been talking?
Don't. Hey, there it is. We're switching from you. We're switching to you.
Wow, I gotta lose weight. That's
stop it. We're going from YouTube to OnlyFans. Let's do it. Because
I just noticed it.
Okay.
I was like, wow, look at that line that's delineating the fat in my boobs.
She's showing half her boob.
That is some breast on two funny mamas.
Yeah, please watch us on YouTube so you can see.
That looks like cleavage.
It looks like you got a suntan. Can you please pull your shirt up? Thank you.
God, you see that?
Poor She's trying to show you that she ain't got no stretch marks.
Okay, I got it.
No,
so now she's putting it out there. Got it.
Let me tell you the first thing I show a man is stretch marks. Because this is the roadmaps to life.
They are the roadmaps to life.
You know what I paid? The cost I paid to get these roadmaps from Texas to Tennessee, back to LA, North Dakota? What? I earned every little line in 405, 101, and 134.
Why are you angry about your stretch marks? Okay, so wait. So Sherri sends pictures a lot for the listeners and viewers. She sent me these pictures, and I guess I was supposed to be a friend and say, "Oh, look how cute you are! Look how smart." Instead, I started drawing on them and saying, what?
I was going through. Okay. I have thousands of pictures. Mm-hmm. Literally, some of them. I think fans probably would want some of these pictures. I have thousands of pictures and pictures with celebrities and boxes, and I threw hundreds of pictures away. But I found some pictures of me when I was first doing stand-up. And the outfits that I used to wear on stage, and I sent them to Kym.
And you wonder why their penis was out. This is why. Go ahead and show some.
Look at this. This was my outfit on stage. This was my real hair. I didn't know nothing about wearing no wigs. Right. And I had on a belt with my belly out with knee-high suede boots.
With a tube top.
With a tube top on, no bra. Tube top. The tube top was tight, so it pressed my boobs. But I got that suede. And here, listeners, if you're listening, I'm wearing a suede jacket. One side is purple, which was always my favorite color, and the other side is red. And I'm wearing red suede knee-high boots, and my belly is showing. I got a tube top on, no bra, and I got a belt.
Where you get that? Where you get the jacket?
I got the jacket from Wilson's House of Leather.
Wilson's House of Leather?
I don't know if y'all remember Wilson.
Why you say remember like it's gone?
Because do people shop there as much as they do?
I got some old stuff too with the shoulder pads in it.
Oh my gosh. I used to get remember when they used to wear bolero hats?
Yeah.
With the string underneath? Yeah. Friends. Everything got so-called friends because Run DMC used to wear.
It wasn't
Houdini wore the bolero hats, and I had a bolero jacket. I used to get all of my leather skirts from Wilson's House of Suede and Leather.
Suede and leather. Purses, briefcases,
everything.
Gloves.
I had that jacket on layaway for almost a year.
That is so funny. Show another picture, Chris.
And I can't believe. And that one, it was a big red sweater, and it's coming down to my stomach.
Hair.
That was my real hair, my Oprah hair.
And did not press it.
I rolled it up. I rolled those in blue rollers, those magnetic rollers.
Yep, and it looks like it.
Hey, what's going on? When was this taken? Sorry, when was this taken?
In my early 20s. This was when I just started stand-up.
In 1940?
Here, real quick, Sherri, smile, like get a little to your right, just so I can see. This is sickening as someone whose skin is aging at rapidly 10 times faster than yours. There is not that much difference in your face. Not. There really isn't. And that's, I'll speak.
I'm a little bit more jaded.
Okay, maybe
gravity is taking a toll on my,
I got to see some more pictures.
That sweater went down to my stomach. And I had that. Okay, now this one, I wasn't even wearing a bra.
What?
I didn't have a bra. You see how heavy my boobs are?
But they're still up by the regular place.
Because I was in my 20s. My boobs were under my chin.
That's what that promoter saw right after he left.
Look at those thighs. Yeah, he saw fresh meat. He got the good. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When you young, that good is something good, boy. Yeah. It break up a marriage when you young.
Right,
your skin is supple.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. When you at that age, I smelled like jasmine and bubble yum.
Yes.
And I mean, I didn't have to wash up for 7 days.
Now you smell like myrrh and frankincense. Okay.
I can't even lie. I smell like myrrh and
Look
frankincense.
Look at this.
Now look at my boobs, Chris. My boobs were so big.
Go to the next one. Get this child off the screen.
Look how heavy my boobs were. My boobs went to the, and I didn't have no bra on.
Oh, but they still were tight. And
they were huge. Like my boobs spilled over under my arms. Why were they that big? Because I had big boobs. Here's the thing. I didn't have hips. I had beautiful legs.
Okay. You still got great legs.
My skin was supple. My skin was fresh. And bubble yum came from out between every crevice. I'm telling you. It was the smell good.
This horrible.
Now, this one I was
outfit. Listeners.
This was a Jamie Foxx show.
You went to work like that?
There was an episode where I was trying to be in his music video. So that was Jamie Foxx.
It's a giant shirt. That's all it is, a giant T-shirt with a split.
My hair.
Your hair, I didn't know if that was an afro or it's
that was
pulled up.
I had my edges and everything. But is there some more with me with another two?
Horrible outfit.
Where's my Michael Jackson? Yes, this was my Michael Jackson look with the sailor cap.
Yeah, I had that same outfit or Captain and Tennille.
Captain and Tennille. And I used to wear my belly out a lot.
Yeah, my hat was white.
Oh, see, I always
had the
black.
White one with the gold. I had the same outfit trying to be on Soul Train.
Little short jacket, looked like you on Soul Train. Yep. And I would get on stage. You had the baggy pants. Remember the pants were baggy. They weren't no tight.
You do have your stomach out a lot.
I have my stomach out a lot.
Yeah, you do.
So that's why I said, you look at you. Sweater going down to my stomach. It looks like you're on top of an ironing board. Oh, no, you're holding the picture up. No, I'm on top of the I have thigh-high boots on.
And look, you always got your breast out with a little...
and it's so funny. Listeners and viewers, I very rarely do cleavage because my boobs are not like that anymore. They've served me well. I had them. I showed them. When I walked in the room, all you saw was my boobs. I wore...
Oh!
Okay, this one, the dress is short. They wrote me up in the Enquirer.
No. That's not short. That's not a dress.
I was in the Who Wore It Best, and that I failed. They told me the dress was too short.
That dress is, I think I see pubic hair.
No, you don't.
Look, that is the shortest dress I've ever seen on anyone.
That dress is a poochie. Remember those poochie dresses?
No, it's showing coochie. That's what it's showing. That's a coochie. That's
it was a poochie dress, and I wore it to the premiere of a movie I was in, Cellular. And
this
it was
is
short.
Ridiculous. Why would you wear something that's short?
Because I want to show my legs.
You're a Christian woman.
Yo, no, let Joshua see that mess. Put it back. Joshua, is this too short? Look at this.
Why are you like
that? See, Auntie, is that dress too short?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Well, we're filming, boo, but we're on the podcast.
We're almost done, Joshua.
We're almost done. I'll be there in a minute.
What is that movie you watching?
Bird Box. You can't watch Bird Box. That's spooky.
Don't you have parental controls on your TV?
I don't know how to put them on.
Oh, jeez Louise. This girl's got this boy watching.
I can't. We're filming, honey.
Okay, but look at this.
Best answer ever. Best answer ever. Yeah.
He want to show me the truck hitting the lady and smushing her.
Oh, that's no.
Not funny. And he taped it off the TV so he can watch it over and over.
Oh, geez.
Okay, y'all.
You got to do your parental controls. Show this last picture. We got to talk about some parental controls. This is me with a very short
you got a nice
skirt
booty
on.
right there and hips.
Yes, and I have really skinny legs. I was wearing heels and my belly was out. I would go on stage wearing that.
I just need to know, were you living in a barn? Whose house is that?
There's a doggy door.
Patio. It was Panorama City, California. Okay. I went to jail maybe 2 weeks later for 8 days.
All right, I gotta close the door. Hey,
Kym's whole household is up now.
Oh yeah.
Everybody is up because we did this at 9:00.
Yeah, dang.
So it was pictures that I found, and I just sent them to you because I didn't have anybody to send them to because it was when I looked.
But you said I
was
went to jail 2 weeks later.
I went to jail 2 weeks later. Absolutely.
Well, for looking too damn good, right? Tell them, Sherri.
Everybody has pictures of when they used to, and right there, I was 120 pounds. If I went down to that weight right now, I'd look anorexic, but it was perfect.
But you think you wouldn't but what I notice is your face is always round. So you shouldn't be worried about it.
And I've always had double chins.
Yeah, so even when you were very small.
Even at 120, I've always had double chins.
It's the shape of your head. So why are you, it's over. Stop worrying. I mean, you can lose a little weight, but you don't have to try to get, you're like, oh, my face. No,
because my double chins. I don't like I'm getting my double chin lipoed. I've never liked my double chin. I've always hated my double chin. Even when I was 120 pounds.
Okay.
It's there. I want that sucker. Give me a Dyson vacuum right now.
Okay. Did you say
put it down my throat and suck out this chin?
Okay, I don't even know that you should talk like that, but okay.
I'm just saying. I've always had a double chin.
You've always had a double chin, so you're thinking about.
I was born with a double chin. I just said I'm getting lipo.
That don't mean nothing. You've been saying that for years.
I know I have.
So you're gonna get all serious now, Chris.
You got that? You got any left on that Groupon you could share with her? Sherri?
I'm not.
Kym?
No. Let me tell you something. I'm not getting Groupon lipo.
Oh, what we do want to say to everybody, because Thanksgiving is coming up.
This is coming out on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's right. Because today is Thanksgiving, and we come out on Thursdays. Today is Thanksgiving. I know some people are really with their families, but this is serious. If you don't have to go out, don't. It's one day, everybody. It's one day. I get that you want to be with your family, but really the numbers and the affection that...
Oh, there go David Arnold now.
I'm about to come in.
With the mask on, really? We got tested, David. We get tested all.
I don't know, but he ain't been tested, so...
I get tested.
Hey, David. Oh, look at
Here's
that.
David Arnold, everybody. This is David Arnold.
No, look, I'm in the middle. Okay.
If you guys don't know David Arnold, he gets on everybody's nerves, but he's one of the funniest people ever. Chris, say hi to David Arnold. Stop touching my
What's up, David? How are you?
This is Chris.
Hey, what's up? Where's he at?
He's in the land.
Beautiful St. Louis, Missouri.
What's up, man?
St. Louis. Now, David Arnold, y'all, has a really funny...
We talked about David in the beginning.
I talk about David. Oh, because he left.
David, we need to switch it up. We're going on minute 40 of boob talk. So let's mix it up a little bit.
David like our boobs. Got it. Show the picture. Not these.
Oh, sorry.
David, leave.
I was excited. I was like, wait a minute.
Right. Yeah. Who we checking out?
Show the picture with the dress. The yellow dress.
Is this y'all producer?
Yes.
Y'all got a producer?
Yes, we do.
They got a whole team behind them.
You remember them boobs, David?
Oh my God.
You know he got a squint.
We have reading glasses.
Yes.
We sure. David.
But David wasn't here during the town hall.
Grown titties, right?
David, what's the first sound that comes to your mind when you see that photo? I knew he'd deliver. Good, you're on, David. Yeah, yes, perfect.
Let me tell you something about this David Arnold that we love so much. David is happily married.
Oh, this is who I go on tour with.
This is who
talking about
Kym goes. She goes on a tour called He Said, She Said.
My life.
And she said that you changed Kym's life because you actually forced her. We all know that Kym don't want to do the work. So you got to do it for her. You put the tour together.
Yes. Just like I know you put all this together. Yes. Yes.
Can you tell, and see the viewers get on me, David, because they go, you always cutting Kym off. You always taking over. You too bossy. Can you tell them how Kym operates?
No. We're not. No.
Can you please tell them how
Kym, this is the thing. Kym is so good that you don't mind doing the work because you know that once you get it, she gonna bring it. But if you got to schedule something,
oh gosh.
Kym ain't the one. You understand?
David, Chris has been trying to get... Be quiet. Chris has been trying to get Kym on a 30-minute conference call.
Not gonna happen.
And not gonna happen.
To hand...
31-minute calls out of her. Other than
31-minute calls.
Even when you're hand delivering very, very, very cool projects, like even when you're hand delivering those things...
It don't even matter.
Man.
Who needs to be doing the conference calls with him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need to talk to Sherri if you want to get something done, or Siobhan.
Another thing, he has been, and Chris will go to tell Kym a very funny story, and I tell him it's 15 seconds too long. Because her attention span.
Yeah,
hurts my feelings. Yeah, for sure.
This is how she operates. This is who she is.
You know what somebody said to me? A friend of mine called the other day, but he had told me this a couple of years ago. As a matter of fact, I realized that it was a party at your old house that you lived up in Sherman Oaks, up in the hills a little bit. And I was talking to Kym Tavares, and it was a serious conversation. And this is when I realized I had a problem. She was telling me something serious. Like, she was like this, and I did like this. I said, oh, look at these peanuts over here.
Oh, terrible.
And I couldn't believe that I turned away from her, and she was like, Kym,
I was telling you that they about to take my foot.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I said, I got a problem. And a friend of mine called, and you know what he said? He said, Kym, this is how I describe talking to you. He said, in those things that you put the quarters in, I don't know if it's the
and it only goes to...
Yeah, you put it in, and then the curtain closed after 15 minutes, and then music comes on, and the curtain starts closing. He said, that's you. He said, I'm on the phone with you. He said, at minute 6, I'm like, well, the curtain's closing.
I do that with her when we're on the phone. We'll be on the phone, and I can feel when it's over. Yeah. In the middle, and
absolutely.
If her presentations get too slow or her comebacks ain't quick enough, I'd be like, all right, we peaked out. We did the best we could today.
Somebody's walked by in the room, physically there, and it's over. Yeah.
You can see when Kym, like literally David.
A real producer.
We have a real producer.
And I'm going to give him some.
That's what I said. She's single-handedly bringing down the show.
She will bring the show down because he won't be here producing. He'll be outside sweeping up the parking lot.
Because that's what she does to her men.
Yeah.
She sucks the life out of you.
This will be the last show you produce.
And you are a shell of your former self. I'm telling you. I done tried to tell Chris. He don't believe me. Chris don't believe me.
I love it. Oh my God. Yeah. All aspirations gone. It's just now, look at her. She's batting her eye. Wow, this is real. I have to accept. I got to accept my fate.
Lose my producer. You want to produce for us, David? Because we about to lose Chris. And then I told her she gonna bully him into sex when we get to St. Louis. She gonna bully him into it. Yeah, stop crying. He ain't gonna see. Chris think he can play this little game. He can't play this game.
This is great. I'm so proud of y'all.
I want to tell people about David Arnold. He's so talented. He's got a Netflix special called The Fat Ballerina.
Yes.
And he financed himself.
Why old people always put the in front of everything? It's not the. It's just Fat Ballerina. I don't know. We got the podcast going. Chris is he the producer. You got to put it. It's on that Netflix.
I don't know.
Well, she correct me. We was talking about the Will Smith.
She said, "Did y'all see Will Smith's Bel Air's reunion?" Will Smith's Bel Air's reunion. I said,
"What's wrong with that?"
She said the Fresh Prince of Bel Air's reunion. It's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air reunion.
Yes.
She kept putting the apostrophe. David has a special called Fat Ballerina on Netflix. I admire David. If you don't know David A. Arnold, you can watch on Instagram. Follow him. He has hilarious Instagrams of his family life. And David talks about his family on stage and how his wife and he are hanging on by the skin of their chinny chin chin. It is so funny because if you want to hear about marriage and family, this man is the one. Wow. I adore I can't stand you most of the time, but I adore your comedy.
Thank you.
Yes, his comedy is way better than who he is.
Yes, comedy is way better than who he is. He's really obnoxious. He's horrible. He's an asshole. He's like Archie Bunker. He's narcissist.
Oh yeah,
you hear all this? This sound like if I was single, I would be with both of them. That's what this sounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds like this is a bit loaded. And he
always think he can get some.
Always.
If I wasn't married right now, Chris, it'd be a problem. You understand?
I hear you. You got to use that fat ballerina as a calling card, man. Girls find out you got a Netflix show. That's a big deal.
I'm on my way.
Why do you think I'm here now?
Did we already do Julie's birthday? Is it already done? Because I don't want to say what you got.
No, nothing.
So I can't,
nothing.
So we can't say nothing.
So that means she can't even see this now. Now I got to block you on
What the hell?
God damn.
What's wrong with her?
Sorry.
I don't know what's wrong with her.
I didn't know.
Does Julie know that you bought her a house for her birthday? Because I don't want her to know. I just want to make sure that she don't, show up over there at 1214 Griswold Way.
I forgot to do the thing. Is it too late?
No, neither one of you done. That's why I love you when I announce it.
Are we supposed to do a video?
But none of you have done nothing.
Do we still have time?
We were supposed to do a video.
Why don't you do it right now? Why don't you do it literally right now?
Can we do a video for David's wife?
But this ain't gonna go out, right?
No, we're gonna.
So you cut all this out.
Oh no, this is part of the podcast right now. So if we want to do something separate, we could do it after.
Okay, so we'll do it after. But this, so
I think it's funny if you. I think it's funny if you do it now, personally. But
yeah,
I mean,
but her birthday was not by the time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
December 5th, and I need the clip.
Yeah, so we got to give him a clip of a video of us telling her how
much. We'll just put that on.
Can we tell you? Yeah, he sent us the. He said just send the clip.
Why aren't you using that app that everybody uses?
I'm not.
Puts it all together for you.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, and you're going to talk about us being old.
Right. I don't even know what you're talking about. I ain't never put nothing together for nobody.
Okay.
So David Arnold has this wife, Julie, and she's...
This wife
of Fat Ballerina.
I was going to say, what department store did you pick her up at? The way Sherri called it out, right?
I'm sorry. So Julie Arnold is a willing participant in his videos. You got to watch... You got to follow David A. Arnold on Instagram because he's enroped his kids into this.
Roped.
to do these videos. But Julie Arnold was a dancer for the Rockettes. She was a big dancer, and she gave it up to get with this man. But y'all, what is she doing?
I'm listening.
Kym, where are your hands? Hand check. Get them up. Come on.
I'm telling you, she's talking. I'm trying to talk about David Arnold.
Only one.
Thank you.
Oh,
so he's married to Julie Arnold, and they got the most amazing marriage. And David is really funny. He gets on her nerves too. He gets on Julie's nerves too. Absolutely. But you know what I love about you when we were in New Orleans and we were talking about marriage, and y'all were going through a rough time, you and Julie.
During New Orleans, or we had not during New Orleans.
No, not during. No, we were talking about how you had gone through a rough time with your wife.
Yeah.
And I remember you said to her, if we might as well try to work it out, because if you get with somebody else, you're going to get the same thing. So,
you're going to try to like all my complaints about you. What you going to do is you could say to me that it's not real and you don't believe it and I'm being, whatever. But when you get with somebody else, just in case I might be right, you going to try to change all them things for this new person.
Right.
And so what it's saying is you're willing to try to make that change for somebody new, but not with me and the father of your children. So you might as well change your shit now.
But you don't think you have to change?
Absolutely. I have changed. We both have changed.
Yeah, you really have gone through an evolution. I have to say that. Yeah. And why are you here? Because you got such great interest. He's gone through a little bit of change.
I'm a huge change, Kym.
David is...
I'm completely a different person. You just mad.
Why you think Kym and I don't have a man?
Rubbing on my chest.
Because y'all too strong-headed women.
What does that mean?
That means you both... See, I done had this conversation. Both of you are leaders. Both of you are go-getters. Both of you are leaders. They both go-getters. This is the problem with most women. And y'all can be mad. I don't care. You can blow them up my Instagram.
We'll be sure to flash the handle at the bottom during this part too.
Yes.
So people can.
Flash the handle.
That's right. Follow him. Give him your love.
Because they're going to blast me.
You going to get blasted.
And I don't care because I'm fine. But when you have to know how to make a man, even if you don't need him, make him feel like you do.
Oh, wow.
That's the key. You got to pretend. Like we pretend like we care about what you're talking about. We don't. But we make all the I care faces. You got to be able to pretend like you need him. You both work. You both make good money. And the problem is when most women, when they make good money, they don't want no man that make less money than them.
Right.
Because if they do, that's going to be a problem. Men could be with women that make less money all the time. That's not the issue. Like a doctor could be married to a woman who may not be a professional person.
Oh, she was a waitress or something.
Exactly.
Right.
But it don't become about that. But if you're with a woman who makes money and it get hot, first thing that's going to happen is they're going to let you know that they make most of the money.
I pay for all of this.
Exactly. And
that thing you driving right there?
Yeah, I paid for that. I gave you the down payment.
When your mama needed to go in a nursing home, I wrote that check.
Exactly.
Sorry.
That's the problem. And most men, the man that won't deal with that is the man you want. Because if a man dealt with that, you wouldn't like him for letting you talk to him that way. Right. Eventually. Yeah. You'd be like, oh, he let me talk to him any old kind of way. I can't do this.
So then what would you suggest women our age, we're on a kind of a level of success.
Yes.
Of getting a man.
Fine. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No, I'm just saying saying, you know,
somebody that you feel like you got to have somebody that you are. First of all, they need something of their own. Stop marrying these niggas and trying to make them your manager. He's not your manager. Okay? Yeah, he managed me. Stop trying to make them a part of your world.
Right.
He need to have his own world.
Yes.
Okay.
He need to have some. You know why Oprah is still with Stedman? Because Stedman got something to do.
Yeah, and he does it too.
And Stedman got some. That's the one thing. Everybody want to pattern themselves after Oprah and Stedman and and that was Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Michelle and Barack.
You know what's the key factor in all them relationships? Everybody on both sides got something to do, and ain't nobody claiming to be the other person's manager.
Okay. No, but here's also the other thing, David. It's not like Kym and I are in our 20s or 30s.
You blew through them. You blew through them 20s and your 30s, wearing these people out.
That roster grew. That roster grew in the 20s and 30s.
But here's the thing. A lot of men who are on the level of Kym and I with success, making the kind of money, doing their own thing, they want younger women.
Okay.
Or they're married.
Yes.
With kids.
Or they don't want to get married.
Or they don't want to get married. Like we talk about Tom Joyner all the time.
Yes.
Tom was not interested in being married.
Why would he? It's the worst contract a man can sign.
Why?
Because y'all get everything. Why would anybody? Nobody should sign. If this was a strict. See, the problem with that is emotions are injected into a marriage contract because it's in love. It's love. Everybody's in love. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. So all of a sudden, but look at the terms and conditions.
Yeah, till death do us part.
And if it's before that, y'all get most of it. If you not making all the money, now you've been in a position where you make more money, so you gotta pay. Imagine men on the other side of that. Don't nobody want to be a part of that.
Fair to note.
Tom Joyner, what does he have to gain from getting married?
Companionship.
Guess what that is?
He can get
at my front door.
He can get companionship.
Dawnn Lewis.
Oh, Dawnn is here too.
Right.
We ain't got enough room on this podcast.
He can get companionship.
Well, get up and go get Dawnn because I need
I'm about to open this window.
I need David to finish talking about this. You have to.
No. And move this.
This is my favorite episode so far, by the way. This is fantastic.
But most men, you know, here's the thing. Like, I'm not bitter. I know that there's a man out there, but you know, it starts whittling down what we need. The older you get.
So maybe you don't need to get married.
Well, I don't want to get. I'm not one guy. I would just like, you know.
You just want a man.
I just want a man, but I like companionship. I'd like to have a partner. I don't necessarily want to be married to you, but marriage is. But I do believe in marriage. I like marriage. Like living together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once Jeffrey's out, I could live with you.
There you go.
But you know, marriage is hard work. You have to work really hard.
It's not. It ain't. And you know, I ain't gonna lie to you.
And why y'all like sex so much?
Why y'all like eating and security so much?
Are you really gonna compare sex to eating? You're really. I need sex. I need food to live.
We both need it. We need it to live.
Why do you need it so much?
Why do you not? How about that? Why?
Like sometimes.
Because that's just how men are.
Like if y'all get fired, you need to have sex. If you get Dawnn Lewis, hey girl. Dawnn Lewis is in the house.
She dancing her way.
She's dancing her way.
When I tell you,
this is come say hi in our podcast.
I wish Chris come lean in right though.
I'm listening. Just us. It's just us, buddy.
Step out and let Dawn step in.
Yeah. Hey, family.
No, all four of you got to be on. We're not wasting this opportunity.
Hey,
Lord Jesus.
But don't nobody even know it's you.
That's hilarious.
They don't know. I mean, this girl's like, she got her. I don't even know. Can you pull your thing down at least
all right, one time? Here we go. This is love right here. Cause I ain't got I just brushed my 3 front teeth to get on my bike.
Right.
Look at that. No, she looked great.
You look beautiful. You look amazing. Look at you. You look so young.
Like you 12.
Whatever.
That's hilarious.
Did you see the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion?
I did.
See? Well, okay, ask Dawn.
What did you think about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion?
To be honest with you, I thought it was really touching. I thought it was really nice to see so many people that, you know, took such an amazing journey together.
Yeah.
That have stayed in contact. They may not have all been together all at once in the same place, but for them to have stayed in contact and have so many wonderful remembrances of each other.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get groups like that and people remember their personal
right.
moments. Oh, I want to talk about this about me and this about me. But they were there remembering Carlton. Remember when you did that, Fonso. Remember
right.
when you did that, Daphne. Right. Remember when this happened. Remember how we all came together over XYZ.
Yeah.
And James Avery was an absolute dear friend
of yours.
Of mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
James Avery.
I was going to say, ask her, but what did you think about Janet?
What did you think about Janet and Will Smith? Ashley, you doing church?
Yes, I was. I was riding my bike and praising. I was riding my bike and praising.
We can't play the music on our YouTube.
No, I'm turning it off. It's off.
That's what do you think about the Janet and the Will Smith?
Janet and Will Smith, them coming together, because we were talking about the fact that her career was over. Devastated.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It
was terrible. You know what struck me was, one, I'm really, really proud of them for wanting to make this connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In all honesty, I really wish it would have happened in private instead of on a public stage.
Now, see, I thought
they did have a private.
I thought they had a private before.
Yes.
They may have had private.
He did?
Yeah, they have not.
No. They were on camera. He said, I met with her the day before. I'm here with you all.
Oh, so it wasn't enough of a private.
I heard that they talked before they actually shot stuff.
Well, I would imagine they would, just to make sure nothing crazy was going to happen.
Right. But if they had done private, it might have been a lot crazier.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, who knows? But what I saw was that it was really painful for both of them. But at the same time, how hard it was for both of them to say, I'm sorry. It took almost 15 minutes for either one of them to say.
But you're talking about that's 30 years.
I'm sorry.
30 years is going to take more than 15 minutes. This ain't nothing that Janet Hubert was like, I've been waiting to do this all my life.
I agree. I agree.
She had more
but
to say.
If you, she had a lot more
to say.
And, you know, considering what her energy was when all of this first went down, I was very proud of her, the way she tempered the things that came from her spirit. But what I'm saying, as far as taking 15 minutes to say I'm sorry, in my opinion, the whole point of having the conversation was because you had already decided to apologize, and you already decided that it was wrong the way things went down.
You mean from Will's perspective?
From both of their perspectives. So if you already knew that, which was why you agreed to have the conversation in the first place, the fact that it was still so hard.
But Dawn, it is what just because you know you're there to say you're sorry and forgive.
No. I don't know that you know that you're there to say you're sorry. Right. I know you're there to get past the hurt.
Okay, but even with that, to talk about it, it still is that's 30 years of stuff that has scar tissue that has been built up. Because what I got with you was you said it
Sherri likes to be combative.
That's okay.
All right, Sherri.
I just feel like when you have all of that scar tissue, it takes a minute to, you know, even when you get surgery, they got to massage those toxins
I'm not denying that.
Then what are we talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just said I don't deny that it would be hard, but I'm saying you already had a pre-conversation before the conversation about this is why we're having this conversation.
Right.
Okay?
I did feel like, I know I'm off camera, but I did feel like, my thing is this.
You need to come in this.
If you can get all four of you in the shot. This is hilarious.
You stood up. I'm gonna come behind you.
All right. You don't want me.
I can't be in the middle of the.
Oh Lord Jesus! You don't want me closer to the camera.
There we go. So this is what I really feel. But I don't know if I should be saying this on camera. But I did talk to David about this morning. Mm-hmm. I felt like there was apologies, and I felt like Will. By the time this conversation went through, I was like, why hasn't he apologized? Because his face, and it felt like he should have been the first one, just be period, I'm sorry. And look her in the eye. Okay, what did you say?
I think that he was so, like what Dawn was saying, he's so embarrassed. And he's so, and what a portion of what Sherri said, is so much, it's 30 years. And I think that when he looked her in her face, it really became real for him. Like, because it's easy to talk shit about somebody when you don't see them.
Right.
And they both have been firing off stuff through the press and social media and all that. But when you see somebody and you look in their face and you can see the hurt that you caused, I think that it really took him back. I really think and it took him a minute to get like you said, Dawn, it took a minute to get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really did.
But the difference is where his life went compared to where her life went.
Yeah.
And more often than not, when you are the bigger person, when you are the one who has elevated and excelled, it's a lot easier for you to reach across, to reach back, to reach down, to say, you know what?
I was wrong.
If this affected both of us completely differently, and I'm in a better position to reach to you. He produced the show.
Right.
So the fact is he did reach to her.
You did say that.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because he didn't have to do that.
Exactly.
Right.
But
He
so
didn't have to reach to it. Right.
I commend him for saying I could not celebrate this without celebrating and honoring you. And the reception that she got from each individual when she walked onto the set, that was beautiful to me, but at the same time it hurt my heart. Because it kind of felt to me like everybody felt it was taboo to reach out to her before now.
That, you know, that they followed his lead.
They may have, or they may have like not known what to think or not know how to say what to say, but that it took this long. Yeah, you know, but I know if I had a personal relationship with you and something went down at work, I wouldn't wait till somebody told me it was okay to say Sherri.
But then we're trying to, because from what
you don't know that nobody did though.
And you don't know that nobody did.
We don't know that anybody did. It's always very awkward when somebody gets fired from a show.
Child, please. I was on a different world. Somebody got fired every 3 weeks. What in the world?
I was like, well, boy, that one gone.
I was surprised I still had a job. I was like, I can work. I can come back.
Oh, my God.
My key to my dressing room still work? Really? Oh, you know. Praise God. Praise God. Amen.
I did a show one time, Dawn. Dawn is crazy. And by the way, y'all, this is Dawnn Lewis, if you're trying to figure out who we're talking to, and this is David Arnold. This is our fourfold. Got to do this more often. And,
this is fantastic.
Just organically. But because Dawn was riding her bike and David he didn't want to go home. So he's just been wandering. He just
came over here for smoke.
Don't everybody run off. I've got questions. I got questions I got to throw out to you guys, Sherri.
She's about to go for him. I worked on a show where the guy got fired, and I saw him about 10 years later, and he said, "I'm really upset that nobody even called me."
Yeah.
And I said, it was one of my first shows. I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know. And then I did a show with that guy who was, he's on This Is Us now. He's married. He's one of the stars of This Is Us. He got fired at the table read. And he said to me when I saw him at the airport, "You never even called." I was like, I didn't know how this works.
I think we've all been fired. I was fired off Till Death.
I was fired off of Marlon Wayans because of you. You got me fired. I just
hallelujah.
No, Kym got me fired. You know.
Right. The cast, people feel weird. Even when I got, when I was doing Two Broke Girls and the audience turned on me.
Oh, that's true.
And I was standing there. What's so weird about that energy? The producers and everyone just moved to the next scene. I was standing there in my outfit like this.
Yeah,
I was like,
they leave you behind.
I was like, something happened? What happened? They weren't afraid to talk to me. Like, I had the play.
You do. It's like when you bomb on stage as a stand-up. Nobody wants to be around you. They
just stopped talking. When I got fired from Black Mirror Revealed, they just stopped talking to me.
Stop talking to you.
All the writers, everybody. I was like, really?
It's a weird kind of dynamic. And then you got Will Smith. And like you said, we don't know if they did reached out to Janet. Right. All I know is the videos that I would see Janet doing were just like, she was broken.
You know, you heard that on the reunion. She said, we said some really bad things.
Yes, about
each other.
They did.
She was doing her best to keep it real. She really was. She was a lot. You could tell she didn't say, but there was enough that she got off of her spirit in a public way between the two of them that I thought was really beautiful. I thought the entire show was just really, really lovely.
It was good.
Really
David,
did.
Tell your prediction. Watch this.
Hollywood is going to start calling her name.
I pray so.
I hope so. She's good.
Because she's so talented. Good. That one episode when Miss Thing came to the dance audition and wore those children out. What in the world?
There's no reason for her not to be working.
It's so funny when you put the label of being difficult on somebody, how it's so hard to get off.
Oh, it's true.
You know, because even I
been there.
You had to label it difficult?
Oh, yeah. When I left Hangin With Mr. Cooper, they had to justify me not being there.
That's right.
They had to justify me not. So they would tell stories. So they said I was difficult. That I was going around like cursing people out on the set. How long have y'all known this? Have you ever seen me use
this one?
Right, you ready for a reveal now that I know you? You know when they told me that about you?
What?
I don't know if I should be saying this on podcast. You remember that Pringles commercial?
Yes.
They told me you was difficult.
You know what happened? Okay. All right. Here we go. But that Pringles commercial.
We have our own reveal.
Because we did that Pringles commercial, and I did the voice for it. I sang the whole jingle. No, I did the whole commercial. Was all me. Okay, so now they hire me to be on camera. Now, mind you, I'm on A Different World, one of the number one, number two show in the country. Right. They put me in wardrobe in this clown suit.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, I can't wear that.
Right.
I can't wear. I said, I can't. No, you didn't do it. What's the child's name? I can't remember her name. But anyway, and they wanted me to wear these crazy clothes. And I said, I'm sorry, but I can't wear that. I have a reputation. Well, this is about Pringles. This isn't about you. I said, yeah, but it's me doing it. It's my face. I'm out there. I can't dress like this. This was not even part of the discussion. And it was like mismatched clothes and all kind of rainbow colors and all. And I was like, can I wear something else? And they were like, okay.
Oh, and then you got the
and then I got the call. Yeah, don't bother coming tomorrow. That was the whole.
That's just
thank you. Thank you.
But you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed
now
to do
you're
that.
allowed way more. But you're right. They said that on the Fresh Prince. Remember, they said they couldn't say anything to the writers.
Yes.
Back then, they were like, it was very difficult.
So that was the extent of my being difficult, not wanting to be put in clown clothes.
Right. I understand.
So I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, they said,
wow, okay. Speak up, but at the beginning, you're not able to speak up to writers.
But that wasn't even the beginning. I was like, part of the reason you hired me is because of the show that I'm on,
right?
And the profile that I have.
Yes. But see, this is why we have agents, so they can be the bad guy. Because when you're going through this kind of stuff, with
but you know what? But sometimes your agent is not necessarily your friend. And I tell that to young people all the time.
That's true.
Okay, remember your agent works for you, but sometimes, depending on where you are, your agent is more preoccupied with getting more of their clients on your gig than they are with protecting you. Because protecting you might mean ruffling some feathers that they don't necessarily want to ruffle, because it then would be harder to get more of their clients into audition. I went through that too.
It's a lesson even now.
Wow.
It's such a trip, and being a woman and being perceived as difficult, where men can do certain things. Yes. But when a woman says, no, I don't like that. I remember on a show I did, the writers came and said, we want you to say line, if you touch me, I'll take off my wig and they were like, would you? And I said, no, I'm not taking my wig off. And I'm not saying that.
Exactly.
And I remember they walked away and they all made this face as I was standing there, and they kept, doing this. And, it just was a trip, but I'm like, the star of the show is difficult all the time. Yeah. But the moment I go, no, I'm not doing that.
You're difficult.
I'm difficult. But how they treat women. It was a trip to see that. Well, to talk about the reunion with Will and Janet, and not being able to work and see Will soar.
Yeah.
While your whole entire livelihood is just
killing her the whole time.
Yeah.
It had to be horrible.
And he was so loved, and that's the thing.
Yeah. It was really, I really enjoyed watching it.
You think he needs to give her some money?
Oh,
I just would hope he would put her in some of his stuff.
I cut her a check. Cut her a little something to help her.
You got enough money to give her. You got enough money to give her.
See, I don't like being in people's wallets.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Because we don't know what he got to do with his money.
He got enough money to give.
We don't know if he owe the IRS half his money.
Tax write-off.
No.
We'll
got enough money.
George Clooney just gave all his friends $1 million each.
That's white people stuff. Let me tell you.
Hey, wait a minute.
Will got none of the white people around him.
But I'm saying a man who gives George Clooney, everybody, gave $1 million. It's true fact. To his friends. To how many of his friends?
I think it was 14 or
14 of his friends. Yeah. Because when he did Gravity, they didn't pay him a salary. They gave him back-end points because the studio didn't think the movie was going to make any money. It was one of the top box office smash hits. So he said, why wait for a bus to hit me and then Smell of Roses? He said, so I just gave him $1 million each.
because the movie made so much money.
Wow.
And I said, that's some white people stuff, because there is no way if my movie Julie Arnold, your wife, if you said, Julie, I made 30 million.
No, I was about to say, you got to make exponentially more.
Let's say you made, if you said to your wife, I made 50 or 60 million.
I'm going to give everybody 15.
And I'm going to give 14 of my friends $1 million. What would your wife say to you?
My wife?
Yeah.
She's fine with it.
What?
Julie?
How much money would you give your...
But here's the thing. You just made $50 million on this one movie. How many millions does he already have? How many millions is he continually...
If I would tell my husband, we have children, we have older family. Kids. Well, see, he wasn't married. He was single.
But
that's what I'm saying.
But he still doesn't have any kids.
You wouldn't get 15 away?
If I make, first of all, you're not making 50. They're taking out 40% in taxes. You paying 10%. Yes, I got two husbands.
You can't talk to them.
Okay, so yeah, I come from a whole different. My cloth that I'm cut from.
This question.
Do you see my neck moving? The cloth I'm cut from. You got to pay 10% to your agent. So that's $5 million. Okay, another 10% to your manager.
Let's say after you clear. Let's say you clear 35, so we can get through this whole monologue you're doing. Okay. You clear 35. You can't give nobody 10.
That's at least tithe. Come on now.
Yeah, I would tithe that.
Okay, and the friends that he gave
I would take care.
Who knows what their reality is?
Yeah.
Not everybody is in his position.
Lives.
He might have changed.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking Brad Pitt had a Toomey bag with a million.
No, he might have saved their lives.
Brad Pitt
people whose shows got canceled,
right?
Whose lives have just been.
I don't want anybody thinking I'm selfish, because I would take care of my friends.
You know what?
I'm not gonna give no money to.
I'm gonna give my money to
George, we don't know each other, but I knew your mama.
I knew your mama.
Let me tell you something. I know I'm not on the 14. Hold on. I know I'm not on the 14 million.
She wants you to know it's Dawnn.
I'm not one of
Dawnn, into the camera. Let's get a little more. Let's get a little more emotion.
You got a love for folk of color. Hallelujah. Okay. And I am just beyond. I'm one of the best friends you could ever have. Ask Kym. Yeah. Ask Sherri. I get on my bike. I ride to your house. I don't ask for nothing. I don't want no oatmeal. I don't want nothing. Okay? All right? I'm just saying. All right, George. It's me and you.
That's a good time to end it, because we're going to end up paying more.
Bye.
Well, y'all can think about it with us, Chris.
Hey, what's going on?
Arnold, you can follow David Arnold.
Chris is saying something.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't. No, I'm not interrupting this. This is great. You guys are wonderful.
David Arnold. You can follow David at David A. Arnold on Instagram.
Finally, she can use the the.
Now, when you have the, you don't use it.
Your damn screen's going to be so full of Instagram things and plugs. This is going to look like a NASCAR ad with all the graphics we're going to have to put up for all you guys. So we'll make that happen. Guys, follow them. Real quick. You guys didn't talk about it at all. I'm embarrassed. I'm a white guy in St. Louis, and I'm texting you two asking, why am I not seeing Sherri and Kym making hilarious comments in the Gucci Jeezy versus battle? There were 1.8 million people tuned in, and you two were not one of them. I'm upset. I need to know why. David? What's going on?
I did see some of it.
Was that? See it, Dawnn?
I saw like about a minute. Now I had enough.
You know, it's so funny. You got a family, Chris.
Right. You
got stuff to do.
I watched about a minute.
The last one I saw was Betty White.
Oh no!
You're talking about Dionne Warwick.
I'm talking about Dionne. The last one I saw was Dionne Warwick and Patti LaBelle.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was
one. I mean, no, that wasn't Dionne Warwick.
It
was Gladys and Patti.
Wait. I got two things to say. Sorry, Chris. Dawnn Lewis, what's your Instagram or yours?
My Instagram is Dawnn, DAWNN _Lewis, LEWIS. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Dawnn Lewis official.
Can I say about Dawnn Lewis?
Wait, can I not? Could you wait?
She is just the most like Dawnn Lewis is like syrup when your throat is itchy. Her spirit is so soothing.
Yes,
it's so butter.
Especially after being with yours. So look, I just wanted to bring up real quick, because we might not get Dawnn again. Dawnn Lewis was on Broadway when this COVID hit.
Yeah.
So you got to think about how all the Broadway people and these shows got shut down. She was in the show Tina. Tell them.
I was doing the Tina Turner musical. I was playing Zelma Bullock, Tina's mom. And March 12th, all of Broadway shut down, and they thought it was only going to be 3 weeks. And it turned out to maybe go into 5 months. And then 5 months became next March, would have been a year since we closed. And now Broadway is not likely to reopen until the earliest is August or September of 2021. So you talk about George Clooney giving his friends $1 million.
Absolutely.
The people who live in the live performance world will be out of work for a year and a half.
And they don't want to give stimulus. What are they doing for the Broadway community?
Some of them are, well, if you're able, you've gotten unemployment. Whatever show you were a part of, some of them are struggling to stay open if and when we come back. A number of shows have already said that they're going to shut down. They're not going to reopen. We all got paid until the end of March. And that was the last paycheck any of us received. So by the grace of God, if you've got other sources of income, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. But if not, I'm lifting up my brothers and sisters, whether you're a musician that plays, Carnegie Hall, or you're on a Broadway stage, or you're a dancer, whatever your reality is, but it's a trickle down effect.
Yeah.
All of the wardrobe people, the hair and wig people, all of those things. Why is this not staying on? It's making a difference. I do. I have so right now, I'm grateful for animation. I'm wearing my Star Trek T-shirt.
Oh, so you're doing animation?
I've been doing animation. I do like about 10, 12 different series now. So now the new CBS Star Trek animated series, Lower Decks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I do the voice of the captain on that ship. I do Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego.
Wow.
Yeah, The Simpsons, Apple and Onion.
You're so amazing.
Because you can sing. So
it so speaks to how you have to have, you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Yep.
You have to have, like you, David
got a bunch of shows.
David is
STDs.
Writing and STDs. Okay, I wasn't going to bring that up.
Huh?
She just said you had STDs.
That's why Kym by herself.
Maybe she meant you can PSAs. But David was a writer for the Fuller House, and
the Fuller House. Here she go with these bugs.
It's not the Fuller House.
It's just called Fuller House.
He was a writer for Fuller House, and everything's shut down. But David had started making these videos that were really quite funny about his family and the kids, and started getting all of these followers.
Amen.
Next thing I know, they dancing for Jack in the Box.
Remember, that ain't nothing. He done sold 3 shows.
But he also. But this is what I was going to say.
Amen. Congratulations.
Being in quarantine has really pushed him creatively.
Yes, it did.
It maybe more so than if we had not been in quarantine. Yeah. It really pushed David, because David has always been extremely funny and can outshine so many people. He teaches comedy classes. So it has, I think it's forced a lot of people in quarantine to dig deep and go, what else can I do? And find something else to do.
Because mortgage is real.
That's right.
Putting gas in your car is real. And I just want to I'm going to get back on my bike and continue my fitness regime.
We would join you, but we're not going to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's not happening.
But I wanted to say congratulations, because I just watched you on Tamron Hall talking about this and talking about you. And I'm just so proud of the two of you, my sisters, because we've been in the game for a minute. No, seriously, y'all, we have all been in the game for a minute. And to watch us continually do it with grace and raising kids and changing lives and doing what we need to do in our own lives to make things continue to happen and flourish while still being grounded.
And and I told you didn't have to sleep with all them people, Kym. We could have done it our talent.
I don't
don't snatch it off.
She got a pin in it. I'll snatch that damn wig off on it.
Lord Jesus. All right.
Here's what you do.
All right, y'all. Thank you for coming to Buddy.
We're going to end it, you guys. The David A. Arnold and Dawnn
_Lewis. LEWIS.
And y'all know how to find us. This has been so much fun.
Subscribe, and for our listeners, leave comments. Something like that.
Did we take our picture, Chris?
We're going to, don't everybody leave just yet. We'll get it. Kym, get over a little bit. Down, down, down. Perfect. We'll get a screen grab of that. All right. Good to go. Awesome. You guys, great show. Follow Two Funny Mamas everywhere else. Buy the merch.
The Masked Singer.
Hey, don't leave. You've got to cut one more thing when this is done. Have a great day, everybody.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Bye, guys.
Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas. Two funny mamas.